And just so everybody's aware, I do videotape all my presentations. It's a disclaimer law you have to do in Canada now, just to let everybody know that you're actually videotaping and you're actually in the room. But the good news is, if you're in the video, all I see is the back of your head, so. There's an anonymity here. Yeah, just so you're aware of that. So that's great, that's great. And are you working, or you're not?
Yes.
Oh, with the Young Drivers of
Yes.
Canada, that's your
Yeah, I
business.
run the office, I have the instructors that do the in-car and in-class, but I just.
So is it like, are you a franchisee owner? Oh, good for you, good for you, that's awesome, that's awesome. I remember drivers that, my instructor was like the coolest guy, because every time it was like, every Thursday we'd have to go out, it was like Thursday, 4 o'clock, everybody meet in the parking lot outside Tilbury High School, right? And it's like, there'd be 4 or 5 of us, we'd all cram into this car, right? And you go, okay, you're first, blah, blah, blah. Where are we going? Leamington. It's like, didn't we go there last week? Yep, Leamington. We already knew what was coming. Because remember, there's, as you go into Leamington, right, and you go down the main street and you get all the way out to, like, head towards the pier, and then there's that ice cream shop that's been there for 50 years.
Burgess's.
Burgess's, that's right, that's right. And we went there, that was our driving lesson every single week. And we're like, yeah, driver's ed rocks, this is perfect.
But it's private sessions now, it's only one person per
Is it,
instructor.
when, oh yeah. I don't even think we're instructed to put seatbelts on.
No, back then.
No.
No. I mean, just get in, let's go. Okay, close enough. Go ahead.
Hi.
Explain, Lucy.
Yes, explain. I have 3 adult children, and they're amazing, and I events coordinated for the University of Windsor for like 15 years, and I ran events for the Cleary Convention, doing weddings for 15 years, and I'm retired, so. And I love life.
I'm still trying to figure out if there's an opening for that.
Yeah. So I'm really good at events.
Go ahead, Pat.
I don't know what to say. I'm an actor, entertainer, trying to figure life out right now. I have 4 kids, 2 growing up and 2 younger ones that are a crazy handful. I've been a stay-at-home dad for a while doing entrepreneurial things, and I've been an actor and was in the weight loss business, lost 150 pounds, used to stand on stage and talk to a whole bunch of people, but kind of just lost everything, lost my way, got lost in life, so just trying to figure things out again. And I've known Jimmy for, God, I don't know, 25 years probably, bar business forever. So
Yeah.
watched him grow and everything's done, so it's cool. I'm very excited.
What's the saying? We go way back. Back in the day.
Back when we both had hair.
I think we all do. I was
Back when we both had
18,
long
he
hair.
was 20.
That's
That's,
more than me then.
yeah.
We actually
We were
met,
kids.
but didn't, like, it
Yeah.
was just kind of in passing. and
Yeah, over and over
Yeah.
through the years.
Through the years. So, which was kind of ironic or interesting and coincidental.
Yeah.
Becky?
I'm Vicki. I'm happily married, don't have any children, but husband has 4, so we have 5 grandkids with him. At this age in my life, I decided I wasn't going to waste any more of it, so I decided to take nursing, and this is why I have this awesome shirt, because I wrote a nursing exam today. You have to read it, it's funny.
My children would love that. They're all you students, yeah.
And that's me, basically.
Nice.
Someday you might see me in the hospital, I hope not.
Beautiful.
Working in the hospital, let's rephrase that.
Yeah.
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 We don't want to see you in the hospital, we
No.
want to see you working in the hospital. Tina?
Well, I have 2 grown children, and I'm a Reiki practitioner, as well as I do psychic readings. I'm into all the new age kind of thing. I actually saw you at White Feather for one of the meditation.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have one of
workshops
your
that
CDs.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Which one?
Oh gosh.
I know it was a while ago, it was a couple
It
years
was,
ago.
it was a while ago,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
And how long have you been into doing Reiki and?
A few years, like, well, Reiki, it's probably been about 4 years, but, I've been doing readings for, probably over 10 years. Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah.
And is that a full-time business, part-time business?
That's part-time.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna start to get more involved with it and, do more readings. I wanna set up like a web page and, you know, things like that. So the money-making thing, that's why I'm here.
Okay.
And hopefully that'll help.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
do the expo? They have the big psychic expo all the time.
No.
In Chicharo. Oh, no.
No,
Oh.
no, I just do them in my home.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Bianca?
Franca.
Franca? You're so close.
That's okay.
They were.
I failed my own test.
I'm single, I've never been married, I don't have kids, I work full-time. I don't know, I own my own home. That's about it, I'm just pretty laid back.
Okay, okay. And you work for somebody else or you have your own business?
No, I work at Marta Management.
Oh, what's that?
It's a property management company here in Windsor. Yeah, so they're property managers and we act as the manager for each property. So the landlord basically, he just takes the money and we do all the work. So we put up with the screaming tenants and, you know, people's houses flood and we have to send people out, you know, pipes burst, we send plumbers out.
Sure,
So it's a pretty stressful job.
I bet it is. It's all good until it's not,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's been challenging.
Well, especially the last, what we have, 2 floods in 2 years?
Yeah, then we got over the flood part and then we got the frozen pipes, so pipes started bursting.
Oh, boy.
So
Which
we
is
were-
back to the flood situation again.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
stressful
I bet. I bet. How long have you been doing that?
since August.
Since August?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I've been kind of kicking around, doing different jobs. Haven't really found my passion yet.
Right, okay. Cool, cool. All right. Well, I'm thinking that we're going to get started. If anybody else shows up, we'll just kind of lump them in and get them going. Fantastic. So what I'd like to start off with is just doing a, well, we'll get to that in a second. So basically, for those that know me, and for you guys, Franca and Mary, I don't know if you knew me through Facebook or anything like that. Okay. I'm an unlimited potentials coach, speaker, author, and hypnotist. The work that I do, the majority of work that I do with my modality, like my tools of the trade, so to speak, is a lot of hypnosis presentations. The reason why I do that is because there's nothing more effective to make people understand the true power of your own mind than to go, okay, look at your hand. It's coming to your forehead. Boom, now it's stuck on your forehead. Try and get it off. And the person's going like this and they can't get it off and that thought's stuck in your head and it's just impossible. Because of the mind, right, that's how powerful. Once you get the right thoughts in your head, they can either be debilitating or they can serve you as well. So that's what I love to do, and I travel all across Canada and the US doing those presentations for corporate audiences, fairs and festivals, charity events, and schools, colleges, high schools, those type of things. So that's a little bit like as far as my okay, is this gonna work? There we go. So today, here's what we're gonna get into. What you're gonna learn here today is why mindset is the #1 key to success. Okay. You're going to learn the 3 mindset tools you're going to need to succeed. You're going to also learn how you can get results while you sleep. You're gonna learn the 2 beliefs that are holding you back from whatever it is that you want to accomplish. And you're gonna learn a better way on how to lose weight, stop smoking, and make more money. So here's my promise to you. I'm gonna be 100% committed to sharing everything that I know in this time that we have to help you guys get started and at least, get you in the direction of where you wanna go. I'm gonna speak from my own experiences. I don't believe in the, some of the presentations that some of the coaches do. It's like, well, I read this book, so I'm just gonna go out there and just tell you what I read, right? Everything that I'm gonna share with you guys is stuff that I practice each and every day. When I speak, sometimes I'm gonna say stuff that may challenge your beliefs or may offend you in some sort of way. So the reason why I used to go, oh my God, I didn't mean to, kind of rattle your chain here a little bit, but I learned that if I'm challenging something that is a belief that you're holding on to, that I know from my own experiences is not a good belief that's going to get you to where you need to go, then that's a good thing. Because if you're committed 100% to just simply being open-minded, you're going to start opening up yourselves to new ideas, new opportunities, new ways of thinking about things to get you where you want to go. So I don't know if you guys got the email. Like I sent out, just a quick question.
Yeah.
I sent out a couple of emails. Did you guys get those?
I didn't get it last night. You said one last night, no.
Okay. You got yours? Did you?
I didn't even check.
Okay.
My
Hi.
email.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
We're just getting underway.
Sorry about that.
No worries. No worries. Come on in and have a seat. We'll get you introduced and.
Were we supposed to bring something?
I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing, yeah, just because I switched over to a new email program, that is still in the kind of process of being tweaked, so everybody gets the best delivery. I do know with emails anymore, and this is just a little business tip, relying on emails alone just to grow your business has dwindled so much, because everybody's inbox is just getting flooded with thousands of emails all the time. A lot of times too, when you sign up for a list, half the time, and this could have been what happened here, is that my emails, you got them, but they went straight to your spam folder as opposed to your inbox. So tonight when you get home, if you could just check your spam folders just to see if that email is in there, and just let me know. It's like, yeah, it went to my spam folder instead of my inbox. That way I can talk to my tech guys and say, listen, we gotta fix this, okay? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. We're gonna have you everybody's just gonna say their name and you just introduce yourself. What your name is and what is it that you do, and a little bit about yourself.
I'm Shelley, and I'm the manager of the Nutrition House at Devonshire Mall. And I'm just a work in progress.
A work in progress. So we've got Marie,
Hi.
Mary, Pat,
Hi.
Vicky,
Hi.
Tina,
Hello.
and Franca.
Hi.
Okay. So just a little bit about myself, my background. I've studied and kind of discovered MindPower, for lack of a better term, since I was a teen. I started high school in Tilbury High School when I was 12 years old. Not only was I the youngest kid in high school, I was the shortest kid in high school. And I'm a Graham, so I was short and stocky and chubby, right? And the third strike against me in high school was my dad was a high school teacher. So I had 3 great bullet points for all the bullies in the high school to go, let's pick on this kid, right? So what I did is that I thought, well, I got thinking, it's like, well, where do bullies not go? And that's the library, because they're too busy being cool, right? So I went in the library and I thought, well, now that I'm here, I need to, find something to do. So I'd start wandering the book aisles, and I kept on coming across all these books like Think and Grow Rich and The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Science of Success. And I was just fascinated by these books. It was like the modern or the early version of Harry Potter. I started reading this stuff and I was like, wow, if this is true, this is like crazy, right? So I started practicing some of the techniques that there were written about in these books. And magical stuff just started happening in my life. And I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. So my dream back in the high school days was to be a rock star. Wanted to be a rock star, right? And I had a guitar and I had a little band, and you know, we play in the garage and drive my parents crazy. And I graduated high school and started my very first band. And I kept on putting these techniques into use. And next thing you know, out of the ether, I get this call from a management company, the Boomers, right?
Yeah,
Who managed Danny's, where we ended up meeting. We didn't
Yeah.
even know we met.
yeah.
And they were like, listen, we've got this band, and the guitar, like, we're sending them out on the road to Newfoundland, right? But the guitar player just quit, because he's not gonna go, he's not gonna leave his family, blah, 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 he wants to stay here. We need a guitar player, do you wanna do it? And I'm like, yeah, right? Because this is my dream, I've been envisioning it, I've been practicing all this stuff that, you know, that I read in the books, and it was like, wow, there it is, right, out of the blue. So from that point, I started touring all over across Canada. I went from Windsor, like my very first tour was from Windsor all the way to St. John's, Newfoundland, in a 5-ton truck, right? And then toured all over Newfoundland, all the way through Nova Scotia, up through Quebec, and then back to Ontario, and then we toured all over Ontario and all sorts of stuff. As that went, I kept on using these visualization methods that I learned and the mindset and MindPower tools and techniques that I learned in these books to keep going, okay, well now I want bigger, I want more, I want to start recording, I want to start working with bigger people. And as a result, I ended up producing, or actually recording 2 singles that went charted in the top 100 of Canada in the early 80s. Love That Girl, probably Pat, maybe you still remember that one. And working with great people like C.Ht, who was the guitar player for David Bowie, and having Freddie Kirchie, who was the lead singer of Sheriff, like singing backup on my song, and this guy's like absolutely amazing as a singer. And just having all these wonderful experiences, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. It's like almost like you can just create whatever you want, right? And along that journey, I was reading a lot of music magazines, Rolling Stone being one of them. And in the back of the Rolling Stone magazine, there was a classified section. And I found this classified, and it said, double your income guaranteed through the power of hypnosis. So I thought, I like the sound of that. So I sent away my 15 bucks, and all it said was, listen to this tape every single night when you go to sleep at night. And it didn't really explain what was going to happen either. But so I did it, right? Within 2 weeks, I had doubled my income. 2 weeks. And I still didn't understand why this was happening. I just knew it worked. So I was like a little kid at Christmas. It's like, well, hey, man, so long as I believe Santa Claus is real, I get cool stuff on Christmas Day. Because I realized that once I didn't believe in Santa Claus anymore, all I got was socks and underwear, right? So I thought, I'm going back to, I'm just going to believe anything's possible, right? So from that point, I started studying everything about audio hypnosis programs, mind training programs. I devoured everything I could to really understand what was going on and how the mind works to create reality. And from that point, I started practicing visualization. I saw this ad, geez, what was it, 1988. I saw this ad that the IROC Camaros were out, right? Now I had seen a couple before, but this one, like the 1987 IROC Camaro, I think, well, yeah, it might have been 87, 88, whatever, came out, but I saw this ad, and I was like, wow, I love this car. I'm getting this car. I'm going to have this car, right? So I started practicing the techniques again, da-da-da-da-da. Now, meanwhile, I'm still a musician, right? And I don't have any credit, so to speak, because everything was being, you got paid in cash and blah, blah, blah. But I did have a credit card. And I think there was about maybe a $750 limit on it. So that was the extent of my credit. But I'm like, I'm getting this car, I'm gonna be driving this car, so every night I practiced all the techniques, blah, 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 blah. And I was out in Leamington, and there it was, sitting on the corner at a car dealership. And I'm like, that's my car. That's my car. Oh my God, I turned around, I went back to the dealership, I looked at it, and I'm going, oh my God, that's my car. So I went into the dealership. I had no idea what I was doing, right? And I'm like, the guy goes, can I help you? And I said, yeah, that's my car. He goes, what do you mean that's your car? I said, I want that car. How can I get it? He goes, well, you want to take it for a test drive? Oh, yes, I do, right? So we take it for a spin, come back. He goes, well, okay, let's see if we can, here's what we're offering, blah, blah, blah. And you're gonna need this down, and you're gonna need this, and here's the payments, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, that's not gonna work. But this is my car. I'm gonna get this car. He goes, well, tell us what you can do. I said, how about this? I'll put $500 down on my credit card, and you give me the keys. And then we'll work out a payment plan that I can afford to get this car. And I drove home with that car that night. For no money. Because basically, I just put it on a credit card. I didn't have any money. I didn't give them a dime. I just put it on a credit card, and then off I went. From that point, I remember in I don't know, along this journey. Hi, are you guys here for the workshop?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Come on in, have a seat. Hi.
Hi.
So from that point, I'd always the rock star dream was happening. I envisioned having a beautiful house, the sports car, which that already happened, and like with the house, okay? I dreamt of a 5-bedroom house with a swimming pool, nice area, big lot, actually, that happened after this next story. No, well, we'll get to this right now. I went looking for a house, and I found this house on Rankin Avenue where I live, and I went and looked at it, and it was like, okay, it's kind of close, but it wasn't what I envisioned. And I thought, well, okay, just leave it to the universe, just let it happen, it'll come to me. And as I'm walking back out the driveway to leave the house and just go home, across the street, here's a guy taking a for sale sign, pounding it into the ground. I'm thinking, well, I'm here, I may as well go look at it, right? I walk in, I'm going, oh my God, that's my house. That's the house I envisioned, right? It had everything that I wanted, and it was just what I wanted. So once again, kind of did that. I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna get it. And we worked out a deal, and we got it that very night. Then the third thing is, and Vicki was asking a little bit earlier, I always as a guy, right, we want the perfect girl, blah, 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 and I'm thinking, I'm gonna have a model wife, right? And I found her. Unfortunately, she was a wife who was also a model. It turned out totally different. Totally not what I expected. So what I'm trying to say there is that when you're using these techniques, and we're gonna get into this, knowing what you want is critical when you're starting to use these techniques. From that point, I've developed still I keep myself in great health all the time. I've developed health programs like my weight loss program that I follow, and the reason why I know it works is because I use it and I do it. My coaching successes, I've actually, here's one of my coaching clients right now.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late, I got lost.
Yes, squeeze it,
So did I.
squeeze it.
You did too?
Yeah, it's not the most
You sit across
accurate.
from Calcom, so
Yeah, I
I was looking
didn't
over
think-
there.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
wait,
and
look at
unfortunately
that.
it's across that
Yeah.
way, yeah. So the coaching successes, I mean, I started doing coaching because I realized that once I started figuring out how this stuff works, is that it's my duty, my job, my mission to start sharing all this information with other people. I've built my businesses. I mean, Pat's known me for years and years and years. I started off in the entertainment business, like in the band business and the music business. Went from successful bands and making great money in bands to developing my own DJ company, which I had from 1995, which I sold in 2012. And at around the peak of 2008, 2009, I mean, there was myself and 5 other DJs doing like 3, 4, 5 events every Saturday night. I mean, it was a crazy, crazy time. But With those successes, I turned that whole system of creating it into my business that I do now, which is started off doing the hypnosis presentations and is now morphing into more of the workshops and the sales trainings and the personal development coaching that I'm going into that's going to ramp up even higher than what I'm doing right now. And it's not to brag or anything like that, but I mean, I always knew where the success that I was going to get at this point, which is a six-figure business year after year after year. But where it's going is going to be a seven-figure business and more. And the thing is, what I'm going to share with you guys today is that, getting back to what I explained earlier, is that so long as you guys have an open mindset that anything is possible, then everything is possible. Everything is possible. So, as I was saying, that's where I've been and where I'm going, and the results. And I'll show you here as soon as I can find the mouse. There it is. Have translated into experiences like this. Being on stage with Christy Brinkley, and all this, being on stage, who she's just fabulous. Everybody know who Christy Brinkley is? Most people know who Christy Brinkley is. I am mega superstar model. She's involved not only now still models, but she's also a spokesperson for a lot of different brands, and she also has her, she's aligned with a wine called Bellissimo, which is actually almost like a low-calorie, no-calorie wine, which is awesome, right? Who doesn't love wine, and you won't get fat drinking it? That's great. Yeah, she's just a fabulous, fabulous person. Charlie Sheen, who, believe it or not, is an absolutely amazing guy. Just one of the most real, genuine persons that you would ever want to meet. That guy is so real and raw, and he owns everything that he's ever done. And everybody knows his personal story, right? I mean, he's been involved in a lot of stuff that just was out there in the public that is just like everybody else in this room, including me, would just go, oh my God, I'm going to hide under a rock. He stands right out there and he owns it. He goes, yeah, he told me when I was on stage, I asked him about it. He goes, you know what? He says, I've done some great things in my life, but I've screwed up majorly. And when I burn shit down, I burn shit down, right? And that's how raw and real he is. Mark Wahlberg on the left. My wealth coach, J.T. Fox, who's the #1 wealth coach in the world. Mark, great guy. He's like, when you see him in movies and acting and stuff like that, you just think he's like just so out there. Oh my God, he's totally the opposite. He's just like, okay, I get up at 4 in the morning and I say my prayers and I plan my day, and then I play with my kids, and then I get right to the gym and I work out, and I'm totally focused on my craft. And then when I come home, I play with my kids, I hug and kiss my wife, we have dinner where it's family time, and then I plan my next day. And he says, that's all I do. That's all I do. That's my life. Like, everybody thinks I'm out there partying, woo, just Marky Mark, just doing the wild and crazy stuff. He says, no, that's not me. This is me. This is what I do. You just heard my day, and that's my day every single day. Really, really focused guy. Gene Simmons, once again, my wealth coach, he's a real character, as you can see. Gene Simmons, he is probably one of the most brilliant businessmen I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. This guy, oh my God, he sees stuff and possibilities that everybody else would say, that'll never work. And he just goes, oh yeah, well, and here's how we're gonna do it. And the guy spoke like 7 different languages. I mean, he's super, super smart, unbelievable guy. And just an amazing, he's really a personification of knowing exactly what you want. Knowing exactly what you want. And which is totally opposite of this guy, Mel Gibson. He's totally opposite Gene Simmons. He's more on the tip of Charlie Sheen, believe it or not. It was funny because we're doing these pictures, and JT all of a sudden looks over and he goes, "No, what's on your shirt?" He goes, "What do you mean?" It's like, "There's a spot on your shirt." He looks down, says, "Oh yeah, that's just egg from breakfast." Right? It's like, no big deal. I could care less. It was so easygoing, and his greatness was once again, just as I explained a little bit earlier, is that open-mindedness, that anything is possible, that just stuff just naturally appears and happens if you're open to it and accepting of it. And that was probably the greatest thing that I got from Mel. Just that real open-mindedness, just to let things flow, and they do. And he shared stories about some of the deals that he made. Well, what was that, the biggest movie, about Christ? What is it? No, not Braveheart. The biggest one he ever did. I mean, Braveheart was huge. It's something about the crucify, I don't know.
Yeah, where they talked in.
Yeah, it was all him being Jesus and being crucified and blah, 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 blah. You know, big religious movie. He went to like 100 studios and got turned down by every one of them. And he just kept going, yeah, but it's done. It's made. It's going to be out there. It's just going to happen. And he just kept that open-mindedness until somebody finally said, yeah, let's roll with it and see what happens. Next thing you know, it was the highest grossing movie of all time. So his belief in himself that just things flow was amazing to experience. So, you guys are all here, not to make movies, or align yourself with celebrities, maybe Pat is, but the reason why you guys are here was to lose weight, stop smoking, or make money, right? So just by a show of hands, who's here to learn more about how to lose weight? Okay. Who's here to learn how to stop smoking? Okay. Who's here to learn how to make more money? This is why I decided to condense this all into one workshop, right? Because I started looking at the analytics, I was like, geez, almost everybody signed up for everything, and I'm not gonna keep you guys here for 6, 7, 8 hours, it's gonna be a long day.
Sorry,
Sure.
can you take the concept of stopping smoking into other bad habits? It can be any bad habit, not necessarily bad like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm here for all of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, this is where it's gonna start getting good. Because there's really a simple no-brainer way to lose weight, stop smoking, and make more money. The first one to lose weight, eat less, live more. It's easy. It's all you need to do. The answer is right there, and you will lose weight.
What if you love food?
Eat less, move more. It's right there. Eat less, move more. That's your answer. That is your answer. That's your answer.
You can still love food, you just have to
Eat less of,
eat less of
What
it and
you love.
enjoy it more while you're eating.
Exactly.
eat slow,
Eat less, move more.
yeah,
It's simple. How to quit smoking. Stop putting them in your mouth.
yeah. That's true.
If you don't put them in your mouth, you're not smoking. Case closed. You're good to go. Third one, make more money. Sell what people want to buy. Simple. There's a million ways to make money. All you gotta do is just find out who wants to buy what and just sell it to them. You'll make money. It's really a simple concept. So, if it's that simple, why don't we do it? Why don't we do it?
It's the buts.
Well, see, this is the thing. 3 slides just showed you exactly what you need to do.
It's not that easy.
So basically, we can end this situation right now, right? And exactly, just what you were saying, Lisa, it's not that easy. But, and this is the big one, and that's going to be a key word, by the way. It's all about mindset. Because we just showed you what you need to do. It's the mindset is the most valuable piece of real estate right between your ears. called your mind. It's about the beliefs of who we are. It's about the beliefs about what we're capable of. It's the beliefs about the effort that's involved. It's the beliefs about what will happen if we fail. And believe it or not, it's the beliefs about what will happen when we succeed. Those 5 are probably the biggest ones. There's other ones that could be farther down the rabbit hole, but those are the 5 big ones. The beliefs about who we are, what we're capable of, the effort involved, what will happen if we fail, and what will happen if we succeed. When I'm working with coaching clients, these are the 5 big ones that always come up. And it's funny when I'm working with coaching clients too, they always come in and go, yeah, but it's because I love ice cream. No, it's not. Yeah, but it's because smoking is addictive. No, it's not. Yeah, it's because I don't know how to make money. No, it's not. It's these 5 beliefs are what gets in our way. So the easy fix, and this is what we've been trained, and basically, as Vicky was like, are you going to talk about hypnosis? Well, now I'm going to talk about hypnosis. We've all been trained or hypnotized to believe is that there's an easy fix. Weight loss. It's the grapefruit diet. It's the Scarsdale diet. It's what's the new one? Paleo? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Paleo diet,
And
right?
everything else is ketogenic.
Yeah, and now everything's keto and blah, 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 blah. Or you watch the late night commercials and it's like, you need to get the Aversizer. Yeah, that'll get you in shape, right? Just get this gadget and it's like, you put it on your stomach and you go like this and it's like, people wonder if you're doing something else and, you know? And it's like all this stuff, that's the easy fix for weight loss. Quit smoking. Just get the patch. Here, take, what's the stop smoking pills? Champix, yeah. Just take a pill. Just take a pill. Or the new one, well, the greatest one is, just stop smoking cigarettes and start vaping, right? There's a quick, easy fix. Making money. The biggest one, everybody goes, yeah, well, you know what? I really need to make more money, so I'll just buy lottery tickets. That's the easy fix, right? Or maybe, I got $100, let's go to the casino and see if we can get lucky, right? And we all buy into this easy fix mentality, right? And we've been trained to do this. We've been trained. I mean, there's a lot of money at stake for you to believe this bullshit. There is. And by the way, you know, I'm going to be real and raw with you guys, so that's just the way it's going to roll. But you've been trained and hypnotized to believe that this is the solution. And the reason why we buy into it is because big corporations know that we've all been trained to have learned helplessness since childhood. And we all believe that someone else or something else out there is going to solve all our problems.
Isn't that why we're here?
That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I'm going to share with you how you can start owning it.
Perfect.
Owning it. Exactly. So, here's how our minds work. From the moment we are conceived, we are in a state of what's called the subconscious state, okay? The unconscious state. Up until the ages of about 6, 7, maybe even 8 years old, depending on your personal childhood development, you are in that state of basic unconscious, right? You slowly start to, know right from wrong as you develop in age. But for the most part, most kids are just in the unconscious stage, right? And during that time, I mean, what happens when you're first born, right? You're taken out, it's like, first thing is, somebody smacks you on the butt to get your breathing, right? So they help you out there, get that life going. Next thing you know, you're nurtured with your mother, right? And you're cuddled, like you decide, it's like, wow, oh well, it must be time to be fed or changed or cuddled or whatever it is. Basically, all your needs are being met up until the point of 6, 7, 8 years old. By that time, you can probably remember your parents started going, no, yeah, I'm done cleaning your room, now it's time for you to make the bed, right? And you started to give responsibilities. And all of us go, yeah, but you just made my bed for the last 5 years. Why do I need to make it now? You were doing so well, right? And now you want me to do it? Oh, this sucks. So we've already got about 4, 5, 6 years of training that just like, I want it, bring it on, right? So we're always looking outside to have other people or other things meet our needs. And that's why we get stuck in. And as adults, and I'm great at reading, I know you guys are going, yeah, but you know, now I make my own decisions, blah, 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 blah. The big thing is that I find when I'm working with my coaching clients is that there's always some sort of belief that's holding you back that was trained from an early childhood experience that is still blocking you. And even though you think you're in control, possibly you're not in control at the stage that really will take you to the next level, okay? So, what beliefs do we have about losing weight, quitting smoking, making money? And we're just going to go around the room. And let's start off with the people that want to lose weight. What beliefs do you have about losing weight? Does anybody want to start?
Don't have the energy to see it through.
Okay, that's a great one. That's a great one. Anybody else?
Takes too long.
Takes too long? Yep, that's a good one.
Willpower. Willpower.
Yep. Whether you have the willpower?
Yeah.
Okay, whether you have the willpower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's definitely willpower, because I have lost a significant amount of weight in my life. And
Right.
and put some of it back on, and it's 100% beliefs,
Right.
especially beliefs from when I was a child. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm in the state I'm in right now, changing life, because I'm trying to get rid of all of that. So.
Right, right. Anybody else? Around weight loss?
Don't have money to join a gym or buy the, yeah.
Or the gadgets?
God.
Okay, no, and that's
Yeah.
a common one. That's a common one.
Yeah, we think that we have to have all of these super ingredients, right?
Right.
To make it, and then, again, that's effort, and that's money, and that's meal planning and prepping, and, yeah, it's a lot.
It's more work.
It's
a lot of work, yeah,
We've got so
For
much
sure.
other crap in the way, so much clutter,
Yep.
Mhm.
that's adding more stuff to that clutter is
And it's just
overwhelming.
piling on and just getting heavier and heavier and
And then-
heavier, right?
That's where it manifests, right? It
Yes.
just keeps piling on and on.
And isn't it ironic that weight of all those pressures to do more and more and more and try and figure stuff out is a heaviness that now manifests in the physical, right?
My coping skill became eating, emotional eating. That's
Sure.
Coping skills for me, I would have to change. With
Yes.
smoking, with eating, with everything. So.
And not to mention all the hidden crap that's in all the foods that we've been raised on that have formed addictions that we're not even aware of, that when we try to get off them, it's like,
Oh, there's a lot
Oh
of
my
health
God. yeah.
implications there. What about smoking? Where's our smokers at? What beliefs do you have about quitting smoking? Let's hear some.
Not ready.
Yeah, that's, no, I forget, that's probably one of the biggest ones I ever hear. Tina, you,
Well, yeah, not ready. You make all kinds of excuses for
Sure.
yourself, and you
Yeah.
lie to yourself.
exactly.
You know, oh, it's not that bad. Like I been a smoker, and then I quit, and then I started smoking again. And I remember how I used to lie to myself and say, oh, it's not that bad. But when I wasn't a smoker, it was a lot different. You know, it is all about your mind and what you think about it, for sure.
Yes.
When I quit, I used the patch, and I don't know if that's like a crutch or to say, you know, okay, it just makes it easier, like you said. We always find the easy way. Yeah.
Vicky, you had one?
Oh, for me, it's 100% coping with anxieties, and
Okay,
that's my go-to and calms me down. But I'm at a point where my lungs hurt. I feel like I'm older than I should be, and I'm tired. I'm actually tired of self-harming.
mm-hmm,
I'm tired of self-harming.
that's good. You,
Mine's a coping skill too. I hate the taste of it, I hate the smell of it, I hate everything about it, but when the nicotine hits my blood system, or so my brain thinks, I'm like, I'm good for 4 or 5 minutes.
right,
I go to get a breath of fresh air and then pollute my lungs instead of just getting a breath of fresh air, yeah.
isn't that funny how you just phrased that too?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Anybody else? Okay, what about making?
You're afraid that how you're going to react, like, oh, I'm gonna turn into a bitch if I quit smoking.
Mhm.
Or
How many people?
Or gain weight.
how many-
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Sign
gonna
up
say,
for
I was
that too.
just gonna say
Yeah,
that. Jan.
exactly.
How many people believe they're gonna gain weight when they quit smoking? Put your hands up.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh my God, I'm gonna quit smoking, I'm gonna gain 10 pounds, right? And
My
that's
husband
a
didn't.
big belief when I'm working with smokers too. And probably the two biggest ones, and you guys hit on some great points too, but the two biggest ones, it's funny, when I'm doing hypnosis presentations and people go, wow, that was amazing. Can you help me quit smoking? I go, give me your cigarettes. And they go, you mean now? And I said, yeah, sit down. And they go, can I get back to you next week? Right? So, I mean, that's the I'm not ready yet thing, and I'm gonna gain weight if I quit smoking. Those are two of the biggest beliefs. What about making money? What's your beliefs about why you can't make money? Money?
Fear of failure,
Mm-hmm.
taking risk.
Mm-hmm.
Not deserving.
Mm.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe you have been taught that you were meant to struggle and fight for everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Mine is a fear of success too, because with acting and entertainment, having to Toronto, here, there, drive all the time, when you're the main caregiver for 2 kids, how to make it work, how to balance, so I try to figure it all out, and I'll shy away from some opportunities because I can't figure it out. But when
Right.
I have to figure it out, I always do. I've always
Right.
made it work, so, so there's sometimes I'm like, yeah, I can't do it, so.
Right.
Yeah, I think confidence kind of plays into it, for me anyways.
And what's your belief around the confidence of making money?
I mean, for me personally, I do like this self-talk, this negative self-talk.
Say.
Like
can you share
I'm
a
not,
couple of-
okay, so for instance, like I'll do my readings and then I'll say, well, if I don't get the reaction that I think I should, then I start saying, okay, well, maybe it wasn't, my reading wasn't good, or, you know, I do this like negative self-talk to myself.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah,
Like you doubt yourself?
I doubt myself,
Right, right. Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
if I'm not getting the reaction that I should,
sure.
or that I think I should be getting.
From the other person.
From the other person, then
Gotcha.
I think, okay, well, did
Was
do
I
it
off
good,
in
or
my-
what is I go, because some people are just quiet and just sit there and listen,
Right,
and they're, you know, they're not saying anything, and I like that feedback
sure.
to say, you know, oh wow, you got that, how did you get that, you know?
Sure.
But if I'm not getting it, I just, yeah, I do that like self-doubt.
Self-sabotage. Yeah,
I
self-sabotage.
self-sabotage myself, yeah.
Anybody
For
else's thoughts
sure.
around beliefs about why you can't make money?
That's the other one.
Yeah.
Great.
Say that again?
Life's too expensive.
Life's too expensive. Let's narrow that down a little bit.
Everything, bills.
Sure, okay. Is that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, am I going in the right path here? It's like it's almost too expensive to get started on anything that you wanna make money with? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's hard to spend money when you have to scrape together everything you earn just to
Mhm.
make it, to pay the status quo, right?
yep,
And then you think, well, I'm just gonna go blow this on this venture dream or something else, and what if what if it fails?
sure,
And then I worked how many hours and weeks and months for that money, and it's gone.
right. And Shelley, you really hit something there. What if it fails? I've invested in it, I've decided to take the plunge, what if it doesn't work, right? And that's probably, when I'm working with money clients, that's probably the biggest belief. Sounds like a great idea, but what if it doesn't work?
Because then you have to answer to people, right? People that are counting on you, that have envisioned in your, like, oh, okay, you're good, or the ones that are saying, told you it would never work.
Mm-hmm.
Told, why'd you go borrow that money?
Mhm.
You know, so
Yeah.
you have to listen to that, and it's like,
That's why I backed away from acting, because it was a 10-hour minimum commitment to drive to Toronto and back for a 2-minute audition that no matter how good you are, sometimes it's just what you look like.
Yep.
To spend the money to go there, to take the time off of work, and then on the drive there, I would be like, oh my God, am I good enough to do this? I auditioned for.
Have you had the thought on the 401 is like, what the hell am I doing?
I auditioned for Hannibal a couple years ago on NBC,
Right.
5 episodes,
Yeah.
and I watched an episode of it, and I watched Lawrence Fishburne, and the whole way to Toronto, I'm like, I'm not motherfucking Lawrence Fishburne. How the hell can I, that was the whole way there, so I went to my audition, and then I'd see the show, and I'd see the part that I was supposed to play, I'm like, I could have done that. But on the way there, the entire way there,
Sure.
like, no man, I don't know if I'm good enough, I don't think I'm good enough, I can't do this.
and the worst part is
Hannibal on NBC with I was auditioning for Francis Ballerhide for like 5 episodes, and it was a whole bunch of stuff, and
You make a great
I
Hannibal.
talked myself out of so many things, and then I talked
Right.
myself,
Me too.
and then about a year and a half ago, I talked myself right out of the business, because I just said I can't afford it anymore, it's $100 minimum and an entire day commitment
Yep.
for a chance. I might as well go to the casino with $100
Bucks.
and see what I can do. I swear to God, I said that to
I got
myself
200.
every time.
It's a
I might
win
as well
day.
take that $100 that I'm gonna blow and go to the casino because I have just as good a chance of hitting a jackpot on the machine as I do of getting a show.
Getting a shot at it.
Mhm.
Yes.
I talked
yes.
myself out of it.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
don't you hate it when you have that concept of something you really wanna do, and then the next thing you know, somebody you know is taking that concept and they're going with it, and you're sitting there going, that should have been me.
We're gonna hit on that a little bit too.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit on that a little bit too. So as we just experienced for weight loss, stop smoking, making money, 3 slides ago we got all the answers. We know exactly what to do. And that took like what, a minute and a half? This we just finished discussing about why we're not doing it, and that took at least 10 minutes. And that was just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Believe me, when I'm working with clients, I mean, we're working for an hour and a half, 2 hours on just one belief, or maybe 2 or 3 beliefs at the most that come up, and able to start clearing those out so the person can get past those beliefs. But you guys just proved to yourselves and to everybody in the room what the heck is just holding us back. And once again, it's not that we don't know what to do, it's our mindset that's stopping us from taking the action. It really is. So basically, our beliefs either serve us, or in most cases, they sabotage us, right? Even what Pat was sharing with us. I mean, he was actually doing it and talking himself out of it the whole way there.
And I've also done the other thing where I've had the mindset and made it work and visualized things. I
Yeah.
used to, for years, I said, I'm gonna be the guy in a magazine holding his fat pants up.
Yeah.
I did it.
And then it
I
happened.
did it. It happened. I'm like, holy shit, I did it. But then I've been that guy that I can't keep the mind. I haven't been able to. Shouldn't say can't, but I haven't been able to keep the mindset or to get back on it. I feel like I'm trying to skip double dutch right now, and I can see it, and I'm right there, and it's right there, and I just
Yep.
can't get back into it. So.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, I can totally relate with that. Where there's times where I feel really confident and I know I can do something and I do it, and then there's other times where, like Pat was saying, how you do the negative self-talk and you
And you
just,
talk yourself right
you
into
talk
failure.
yourself right out of it. Yeah, exactly.
Well, the overview of the answers is obviously, I think we all know, creating new mindsets, right? Now, the way basically the mind works to produce results is that, number one, you have to have a thought, right? And we're thinking what's supposedly estimated that like up to 70,000 thoughts per day, right? And a lot of those thoughts are just simply jumbled, just messages, just input, you know, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes down to the things that you want to produce, the results you want to get, you start making decisions. And whether it's decisions to actually go for it, right? Let's invest in it, or let's stay out of it. Whatever those decisions are, create the actions. Some of the decisions like, oh, you know what, I really should invest in this, but man, it seems so expensive, so I'm not gonna do it. Or the decision of, you know what, I'm going to be on a magazine, and I'm gonna be holding my fat pants up. I'm gonna show the world that I can do it. And you just jump in and you don't even think about it, you just go for it. You make those decisions to jump in. And either decision will result in an action of either you do it or you don't do it. You do it or you don't do it. Sitting on the fence, everybody goes, yeah, well, there's a middle one. You sit on the fence and you wait and decide. You're not doing it. That's this side of the fence. Indecision is not doing it. Taking action is doing it. There's no in between. There's no in between. And either of those actions produce results. And you're all proof of it, right? Everybody here is where they are in their life right now due to the thoughts that you have, that created the decisions that you made, that resulted in the actions that you took, that produced the results that you got. Does that make sense to everybody? Right? Good, bad, or ugly. And we've all done the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right? I know I'm living proof of all those decisions, all those thoughts, all those actions. Creating new mindsets that serve us instead of sabotaging us is the key. Okay? And once you start purposely creating new thoughts that create new actions, that result in new actions, you're going to be way more focused. You're going to get focused. You're going to stay motivated, and you are going to produce results. It can't not. It just can't not. Because everything, inaction creates a result. Action creates a result. Decisions create a result. Just, it can't not, okay? Plus, once you create new mindsets, you start erasing that fear of failure and that fear of success. Because here's what I found, is that once you start creating new mindsets, and getting back to what I was explaining earlier and sharing earlier about just having that open mind, that anything's possible, and if anything's possible, therefore everything is possible, that it starts erasing that fear of the what if I get in but it doesn't work, right? What if I try it and people start talking about me because I didn't reach this goal, I only hit here, and they go, see, I told you that wouldn't work. All that stuff starts going away. All that stuff starts going away because you start feeling a bigger value of self-worth inside you that you go, yeah, I can do this. And I know that this great unknown, which is the biggest one, like success, that's a whole fear right there that starts becoming erased because you get that self-value that erases that fear of success. But the biggest one is the fear of the unknown. And we were all born with the fear of the unknown. Because when we came into this world, we knew nothing about it. We just were like, holy crap, what is this place, right? And we had no idea. And as little kids, it's like, finally, it's like we stopped sleeping in our parents' room, right, with that comfort, knowledge, and we're put into our own room. What happened to most of us? Don't shut off the light, Mommy, right? Leave the closet door open, Daddy. Why? Because as soon as that light shuts off, or maybe that door's closed, we don't know what's going on out there. And that fear of the unknown is inherent in all of us. And as you become, with new thought processes, new mindsets, new decision-making skills, taking new bold actions, all this stuff starts to go away. It all starts to disappear. It does. This is my MindPower mission. To really work with those that are truly ready to live an A-game life in whatever it is that you want to do. Because whatever your dreams are, and it doesn't matter what they are. I mean, I know what my mission is and I know what I need to do, like, and why I'm here. But all of you guys inherently, instinctively know there's something that's a gift to each and every one of you that you can share with other people too. And that's really what life is all about, right? It's like, I saw this post that I share on Facebook. It's like, here, take my hand, man. Let's do this. I'm here to help. And we're all here to help each other lift up, right? A friend of mine, well actually he's become a friend of mine. He was an Uber driver that when I was leaving Los Angeles, I left the conference at the last day and I got this Uber driver. His name was David. He was about maybe, I don't know, late 50s, early 60s. And just a fabulous, fabulous guy. And just a wealth of just new ways of looking at life. And he goes, you know what? I think the greatest word for people to get is understand. And I said, understand? I said, well, okay, help me understand that. He goes, well, understand, think of it this way. We're all here to help each other. So if we're all here to help each other, get under the other person and stand up and lift them up. That's understand. That's understand. Okay? And I love that. I was like, wow. 6 days in LA and then I get in an Uber car and it's like the best lesson I ever learned. It was amazing. And here's what I found is that over the course of what I've done in my life, and I've always made a commitment to be in the best health I could be in and create wealth, is that it equals greater happiness. Now, a lot of people might say, yeah, but what about family? What about spirituality? Blah, 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 blah. And that's great. But if you're just concentrating on family and not taking care of your health, what happens now that you get sick, right? And now you're depending on other people to take care of you. Are you going to be happy about that? I doubt it, right? What happens if you're just struggling to pay the bills and you know that, say, there's somebody in your family that you can help out, maybe it's your kids, right? But you know you don't have the money to help them out. Is that going to make you happy? It's going to make you, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. So really, if we're at our A game in our health and our A game creating wealth, then we're going to be living a lot happier life than if we didn't. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. That's why, like I said earlier when I first started this presentation, I speak from my own experiences. I speak from my own experiences. I can't share or teach or help anybody by saying, well, I saw this great movie and here's what they said, right? I just know what's worked with me, and that's why I do these things, because I want to share what's worked with me with you guys. I focus every day on health. I've got a morning and a nighttime routine. My morning routine is to get up. As soon as I'm awake, I'm starting to kind of just program my day. I'm thinking about it and I'm visualizing it. As I get up, I do my little morning routine. I grab a coffee, I get some water, but then I hit my weights and I do my power walk. And if it's too cold, then I've got an elliptical machine. And there's times when, just like, you know, we all have those beliefs, it's like, ah, man, I'm so rushed, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, well, I don't have a full hour, I've got 10 minutes, right? So just get on there and just do 10 minutes. Or maybe I've got 15 minutes, but it, you know, maybe I've hurt a muscle or something like that. So I'll just do the repetitive motions without the weights. Just to keep that total cycle of that habit, that routine continually circulating in my life, so that when I'm ready to get back on it, I'm hitting it. And it's not like, oh my God, I guess I should start working out this week, right? And it's this big obstacle. It's like, no, this is just what I do. My nighttime routine, I use an MP3 player, which is similar to this one here. And I've got all my programs on it. Got the earbuds, I plug it in, I hit play, and they just start playing. every single night. I've been doing this, like I shared earlier, I mean, I discovered audio hypnosis programs when I was 23, and I listened to them every single night, and I've got a collection now that everything that I want to work on, if I don't have it, I'll go get it, and if I can't find it, I'll go make it, because I always want to be feeding my mind all the time, and I'm going to get to how easy that is and why that's so important here in a minute. The second thing is I focus every day on wealth. I'm always thinking, what can I offer to help other people get what they want? And that's the key to wealth. Because it's not what I want to sell, it's what I know or I discovered, or at least I'm investigating about how other people can get what they want. Because nobody wants to buy what you want, but they do want to buy what they want. So if you can offer it to them, now you've got to win. I swear to God, I mean, I do presentations for, like I said, all across Canada and the US for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And they bring me in and it's this great event and this presentation is like, woo, yeah, that was great. It's like, I made good money. And then all of a sudden I'll get a ding, right, on my phone in the middle of the afternoon from PayPal. It's like, you've just made $33. And I'm like, yes, I'm dancing around the house going, wow, this is so cool. Because I look, and here's the situation that somebody from Germany found my website and bought a program. And I thought, how cool is that? That I was able to find a need and fulfill it. And somebody from halfway around the world said, yeah, I've been looking for this. This is what I need. And I was able to help that person. And I don't even know who it is. But to me, that's a huge win. That's awesome. I'm ecstatic when that happens. So once again, when you're focusing on optimal health and optimal wealth, here's the type of life that you start living. You start being able to be more free to do what you want, when you want, and where you want. You start being able to actually be in control of your life instead of life controlling you. Because when you're not, you're constantly going, man, I need to get this handled. Once you get it handled, then now you can concentrate on other things, which is basically enjoying life a lot more, right? And who doesn't want that? Nobody? Good. So we're all in the right place. Now, here's a guy that totally gets it. This is Hugh Hilton. Same last name as the Hilton hotels, not the same relation. This guy is a billionaire business man who does corporate restructuring. He's based out of California. He was born in Hamilton, Ontario. Came from a severely abusive alcoholic family. Was pretty well beat every day by his father. Got to the point that once he was at least maybe 12 or 13, was able to start standing up to his father to protect his sister. And he had a tough life. It was kind of eerily similar. I mean, because we had the chance, and this is a picture at my wealth coach's house, J.T. Fox, and we were hanging out there last week down in Fort Myers, Florida, and Hugh came in for the day just to share with us his stories and his keys and philosophies to success, and it was great. I mean, he got into it, and he just started talking a little bit, and so I'd ask him a couple questions, and next thing you know, like for the rest of the day, he was talking directly, like there was 30 people in the room, and he was talking always to me, for whatever reason. It was really a great connection. During lunchtime, I went over and just started chit-chatting with him, and we pretty well hung out the whole lunchtime, and then after the whole day was over, a bunch of us went back to the hotel that we were staying at, and we were all in the lobby, just hanging out and chit-chatting about the day, and in he walks. I was like, hey, Hugh, how you doing? He comes over, James, how you doing? Next thing you know, we were talking for another 2 hours in the hotel lobby. I mean, that's how cool and genuine this guy was. And what I learned from him is that our paths were pretty similar. He started discovering all power of the mind information and books and programs like at a very early age too. And he started realizing that there is a lot more to life than just being, going after the fad diets to solve our weight problems, or buying patches to solve our smoking problems, or buying into lottery tickets to solve our wealth problems. Just a fascinating guy, and I really learned that, I mean, these philosophies that I'm sharing with you guys, this is a billionaire, and it's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. So the mindset tools, basically, you're going to realize probably right now, you're thinking, well, this is kind of obvious. And it is. Once again, mindset tools are just like what we learned earlier about losing weight, stopping smoking, and making more money. It's right there. It's right there. The thing is with this mindset tool, or these 3 mindset tools, is that once you start using them, that other stuff becomes easy, and then you'll want to start doing it. So, does everybody have a piece of paper or pen, something to write on?
Yeah, I don't have any paper. I write on the packet here.
I do have pens up here too, if somebody needs them.
Do you have the paper? Okay. Do you need a pen?
Do you need a pen? Anybody else need a pen?
Thank you.
You need paper? Oh, you're a doll. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, actually, and if, the cards that I gave you, if you want to just write it on the back of the cards, that'd be great. Good call, good call. Okay, so, first of all, you're going to write down your goal.
Just one?
Yep. Now, the way you're going to write it though, before you start,
I what?
nope,
I am.
and that's,
I will.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're getting there. If you say I want, here's how the mind works. Is everybody familiar with the law of attraction? Okay. The law of attraction basically is that what you think of, you attract, okay? Now, if you are telling your mind, I want something, you're not going to get it. And here's why. Because you're telling your mind you want it, right? And all of that produces is more want. That's all it does. It might get it in front of you, but it won't get it to you. So what you're going to write down with your goal is, I am a non-smoker. I am whatever your goal weight is. I am making more money. Whatever that goal is for you. Okay? Because once you state that in the positive, you're basically telling your subconscious mind, not only is it possible, but it's begun. It's begun. Okay? The thing is, I don't know if I've got a slide coming up. I think maybe I do. But we're going to get a little bit deeper down that rabbit hole here in a little bit. Maybe so, maybe no. If not, yeah, I think it is. Okay, I'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, so does everybody have their goals down? And stated in positive in the present? Okay. The next one is a timeline. And with smoking, it's pretty easy. Pick a date. Just pick a date. Now, tonight, tomorrow, next Tuesday. Whatever.
Valentine's for yourself.
Valentine's for yourself? Oh, look at that, okay. A gift to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Although, what is that, 3 weeks away? Times $13 a day? Think of the Valentine's Day gift you could buy yourself.
It's 4,000, it's 400 a month. That's how I'm gonna make money.
Mm-hmm. So,
I'm
so
gonna have
pick,
4,000
so-
extra dollars a year just there.
well, it is, yes.
400, yeah.
Sure is, sure
Yeah.
is. So pick a timeline, pick a date.
Like not months, but an actual date.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be, like for smokers, basically that's your quit date, okay? For losing weight or making money, that's your start date,
Or start date.
yes. So if you wanna, if you're thinking about stopping smoking, that's your end date, that's your quit date. For losing weight, making money, that's your start date. This is when I'm starting this.
What's the date today?
This is the
20th.
20th, yes. This is the day I'm starting. And then the third piece of the puzzle is the plan of action. Now this is where we're gonna get a little bit in depth. The first two parts are pretty easy. What's the goal? When's my start or when's my quit date? For the goals and the just make sure that number one is specific, it's believable and doable, and it's exciting. And the excitement part, if you're not able to get excited about stopping smoking and quitting smoking, and it seems like it's like, oh shit, next Tuesday's coming, I'm supposed to quit. You're not gonna quit. You're not gonna start, you're gonna put it off, you're gonna procrastinate. So you need to get excited about it. And that excitement, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that a little bit further on in the presentation. But they need to be specific, they need to be believable and doable, they need to be exciting. Something that just goes, yeah, I can do this, okay? Your timeline could be this. I'm gonna drop 5 pounds in 5 days. I've actually got a program that'll show you how to do that. The quit smoking date. For business, you know, making money, getting that first client within 30 days. These are just some examples here. Now, when we get to the plan of action, the best way to devise a plan of action is to reverse engineer from the end result. You want to lose 5 pounds in 5 days? You need to reverse engineer that. If you want to stop smoking, and maybe your quit date is Valentine's Day, might be an idea to reverse engineer that, to go, okay, maybe by Valentine's Day I'm not smoking at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Maybe if I look at my patterns of smoking, and I start going, that 10 o'clock cigarette in the morning, I'm just gonna get rid of that one today. And tomorrow, that noon hour cigarette, I'll get rid of that one. And within 20 days, if a cigarette pack has 20 cigarettes, and Valentine's Day is maybe in about 20 days, which is actually a little bit less, but
Yeah.
still same idea. By Valentine's Day, you're not smoking anymore,
No.
and your quit date is accomplished, right? Making money. What can you offer someone else that they need, and then reverse engineer it? It doesn't matter what you want. And when it comes to making money, that's truly a lot of people's gray area. It's like, I want to make money, but how? Right? Once you open up your mind to the concept that everything in this room, somebody's making money at it. People that are making the ceiling tiles, they're making money at it. People that are making those fluorescent lights, they're making money at it. People that are making that pull-down screen, they're making money at it. People that are making the TVs, people that are making CDs. People that are making pens, right? Laptops, briefcases. Everything around here, somebody's making money at.
Renting your room.
Renting the room, yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. There's a world of possibilities to make money. I mean, the world's your oyster when it comes to making money. Okay? And once again, that gets back to our goal. What gets you excited? What's your passion? I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of my career, in the course of my life, just living my passion. And where that went is that I discovered what the market was. It was playing in bands. I'm helping out a bar owner, right? They need a great band to bring in people to buy beer. That's what I'm selling. I'm not selling, hey, I'm a rock star. I'm selling beer for a bar owner, right? For DJing, I'm not like, hey, I'm the coolest DJ, watch me spin. Ooh. There's a bride and groom that want to have the highlight night of their life, and I'm providing it for them. I'm helping them. Same thing with my hypnosis presentations. There's corporate events and they want the wow factor at their event. They want people to walk out of that event and be talking about it 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years from now. Going, holy smokes. I saw this hypnotist Jimmy G guy. That was amazing. That was the best event I ever went to, right? It's not about me. It's about them. Because that's what they want. They want that experience, that feedback, that holy crap, man, that was the best event I've ever been to. And with my personal coaching clients, I just got a testimonial the other day from somebody who was an alcoholic for 22 years. After 4 sessions, she hasn't drank yet, or since. And she goes, oh my God, you've changed my life. And it wasn't me going, yeah, look how great I am. It's like, she had a situation. I helped her with that situation. I gave her what she needed to move on, right? So that's, and once again, when it comes back to making money, when you're helping other people get what they want, you'll make money. It's an easy equation. It's an easy equation. So we're gonna reverse engineer whatever it is that goal is from, start thinking about the end result. You wanna lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks? Here's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna be 10 pounds lighter in 2 weeks. I'm gonna start reverse engineering back to day 1, and here's where I'm gonna start, and I know what's gonna happen because I've already laid it out. Those systems and strategies, developing systems and strategies, when it gets into weight loss, it's like, okay, the reverse engineering process, it's like, I know that 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna be down 10 pounds. So I know if my process and my strategies are to continue eating Haagen-Dazs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm not gonna hit that goal, right? So I'm gonna have to reverse engineer that and go, okay, I know I need to eat, right? I'm just gonna now develop a system and strategy to create better meals that will result in my goal being accomplished. Smoking, that was great.
Yeah.
February 14th,
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
My strategy is now I'm gonna look at my smoking patterns and I'm just gonna start eliminating 1 cigarette a day. Simple, easy, right? Making money, once again, once you know what you can do to serve other people, it's like, okay, how do I make this happen? How can I develop something? And the easiest way to develop something is doing a service first. Good friend of mine, I mean, he got into the lawn care business. He just saw the potential. It's like, okay, everybody's got a lawn. I drive down every street, somebody's got a lawn. And at least a third of them don't want to cut it.
So how do you know what you're meant to be, like what you're meant to do to make money?
That's a lot deeper conversation. A lot deeper conversation, but that's what I help people out with. Getting that vision, And believe it or not, it's right there in front of you, you just don't see it yet. You just don't see it yet. And the third part of the plan of action is to monitor your actions and your daily results. Are you getting closer or are you getting farther away? And that's the key, being conscious of what's going on every single day. Because you already know what you want to accomplish. You've already reverse engineered it to follow the plan. Is the plan working or is it not? And it's just like an airplane. When you get on an airplane, I mean, I flew from Detroit to Fort Myers last week, right? Got on the airplane. I know that the pilots didn't go, okay, it's that way, right? I know it's that way, we'll just aim that way. They're watching the gauges. They're readjusting the patterns. The wind comes in, knocks the plane like over this way, and we got to turn it around to get it going this way. You know, there's all these other things that are going to be put in play, because here's what's going to happen. And you guys already know this, is that, to Shelley, I think you might even brought it up. It's like, well, we get started, but then life gets in the way, right? So you have to monitor and be conscious of, am I sticking to the plan, am I not? And if I'm sticking to the plan, is it working or is it not, right? And once you're conscious of all that, and you're constantly monitoring your progression, you'll see the results. You'll see the results. And the best way to stay focused and keep on this mission is to use the mind power of sleep. Now, and this is where I was going to dive in a little bit on the process behind this. Because the greatest gift that we have is 8 hours every single day to reprogram our mind to get focused, stay motivated, and get those results that we want. Right now, we're all in the conscious state, okay? We're all absorbing information. We're going, yeah, does this make sense? Does it not? How does it fit into my life? And the conscious mind is the rational and questioning mind. We need that. We need that, because as adults, somebody's going to come around and go, hey, you know what? There's a bridge down by the river. You can buy it for 20 bucks. Give me 20 bucks, I'll sell you that bridge, right? Now, as a kid, it would be like, and as I explained before, we're all in the subconscious state. It's like, really? I'll own that bridge? Sure, here's 20 bucks. But as adults, and that's why we develop conscious minds, because we need to start figuring stuff out for our own survival, you know, you start going, okay, this is not going to happen. But when we go to sleep at night, that conscious rational mind shuts off. When I'm doing presentations, and that's why you'll, like, if you think of the word hypnosis, you also correlate that with the word sleep, right? So when I'm saying sleep in a presentation, sleep, and they go, all I'm doing is shutting their conscious mind off. Your subconscious mind is always, always, always operating. It has to keep you alive. Your subconscious mind makes sure that your heart pumps, that your blood flows, that your organs function, that your nerves, you know, that your lungs are breathing, exactly. That all your vital organs and bodily functions are functioning properly and continuing to function. At the same time, your subconscious mind is also, number one, your emotional mind, but it also is the storage of all the thoughts that you have and the images that you create. That's why you dream at night, right? Your subconscious mind is always going. That's why it's the perfect time to start reprogramming those sabotaging beliefs that we all shared with earlier into positive, serving beliefs that will get us to where we want to go. And that's why, like, every single time, I mean, I just got booked at the TEDx event in March to speak on this exact topic. Because that's really what, I mean, every presentation I do, I'm just like, okay, that was all the funny stuff. Now here's the stuff I'm really excited to share with you, right? Because so many people just go, nah, well, it's 8 hours, man. I need to get up the next morning and continue on the hamster wheel of life. Not realizing that 8 hours is so precious. That's really the gold mine that we've all been given to get to where we want to go. And as I was demonstrating or showing you guys earlier, this is how simple it is. Put the earphones on, hit play. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. It's that easy.
Your memory one is great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So these are just a few of the results that people have achieved by listening to these type of programs. This is from Donna Hayes in Newburgh, Ontario. She said, the Get Thin in 30 Days program is the best program ever. The first day I noticed a change in my energy levels and I have been feeling more energetic, confident, and happier. And then she adds, aside from eating less, I have a better overall satisfaction with my life, and I even feel happier in my relationship. I used to just talk myself out of going for walks, and now I just go. Now I just go. Quit smoking results. This is from Gail Joy up in Sault Ste. Marie when I did a presentation up there. I bought one of your CDs to stop smoking at one of your presentations. I didn't know if it would work for me, but I decided to play it every night as you said, and it worked. I'm now 2 years cigarette free. And I talked to her afterwards. She'd smoked for over 25 years. Pack a day, at least, pack a day. Make more money. This is from Ann Lisa from Windsor. She went to one of my presentations. She said, and picked up one of my Increase Your Income CD. I've never experienced anything like this before, so here's my experience. I got your Increase Your Income CD and listened to it at bedtime. Within days, I was asked to pick up extra shifts and work overtime. And I questioned her about that too. I said, well, yeah, but doesn't that always happen? She says, I'm never asked to work overtime. As I believe she was like gone part-time at that point, and all of a sudden it's like, listen, I need you to come in, pick up extra shifts. So, and that gets kind of back to when I first started listening to the Make More Money CD, that doubled my income. I mean, just stuff started appearing out of the blue, like opportunities just started coming in. And I just want to touch on that just real quickly. There's opportunities out there for all of you guys that you don't even see. You don't even see. And once you start becoming in tune with it, more comes in. But the more that you just go through, that was just a coincidence. I'll get to that later. Maybe I'll phone this guy tomorrow, right? And then you never do. What you're telling the universe is that you're not really serious. Therefore, the universe goes, well, if you're not serious, then we'll just give it to somebody else. Right? The more that you tune into the world of possibilities, where if anything is possible, everything is possible, the opportunities just keep flowing. They keep flowing. They keep flowing. As a matter of fact, I mean, with this program here, this is about maybe 3 years ago now. With my presentations, was maybe about the start of November. And my Christmas presentation touring season is my biggest, probably my biggest time for my business. And I was looking at my schedule and I had maybe 3 or 4 presentations booked. And I'm thinking, well, this is not cool. Like, this is getting really close to when people already have their entertainment booked and their presentations booked. I'm feeling a little bit screwed and a little bit nervous about this season. So I thought, well, hey, if I preach it, I better do it, right? So I went back in, I started using the same visualization processes, the same teachings that I teach my coaching clients. And my goal was, by December 31st, I'm going to make $20,000 or more. And by this time, I had maybe about 7 weeks to do it, to pull it off. And I only had maybe 3 or 4 presentations, so maybe I was around maybe, I don't know, $3,500, $4,000 at this point in income. By December 31st, I hit almost $25,000. $25,000. As soon as I started putting these practices into use, it was like every morning I got up and the phone would just start ringing. It was like, and just using the process, it was just like, wow, this is great. And the more I did it, the more fun I had. And the more fun I had, the more I did it, and the more money I made. And that's how easy it works. So long as you're open-minded to it. Believing that if anything is possible, everything is possible. Everything is possible. Where are we here?
That's
So
very
just-
true.
Mhm.
Very, very, very true.
Just to briefly go over the programs that I have available on my website, and I've got some of them here today if you want to have a look at them. The Get Thin in 30 Days program, the Live Sugar-Free program, which sugar addiction is a huge epidemic and problem. And I don't know if Shelley or Tina, somebody mentioned just about the foods. I mean, they put sugar in everything now, right? And there's not even a need for it. I mean, why would you put sugar in ketchup?
Yeah,
Like, that makes no sense.
I
That makes no sense.
I deal with my own personal health, and the reason I'm working where I work is because of stuff like that, and helping other people to realize like how sick they've become because of all of that stuff.
Exactly. And sugar is the number one. Stop smoking now, increase your income, sleep better tonight, which that's becoming a more and more popular program, believe it or not, too. Relax and de-stress is becoming more and more popular. Unlimited confidence, improve your memory and concentration. I usually sell those programs like at my presentations for $30, and the MP3 players I sell for $75.
Are your MP3 players loaded with one program or all of the programs?
Yeah, what I found, I mean, my Get Thin in 30 Days program, that's the number one program. So that's, when I ordered them, they said, listen, we can load one program on for you when you order it. So that's the program that's on there. But the cool thing is, it also comes with a USB cable.
So can we download other programs?
Exactly, because it just goes right in that little slot right there. You plug it into your laptop, your computer, whatever. Just go to the website and then you can download other programs right onto the player. So that's how convenient that is. And the cool thing is it does have a little screen. Actually, maybe I can take this out. I'll do this later. But it does have a little screen so you can see the actual track and you can see how you can program it and just hit play. Put the earbuds in, put them in, off you go. Off you go. So what I'm going to do today is that if anybody is interested in picking up these, the MP3 player or the CD audio programs, the MP3 player we're going to go for $50, and then the CD audio programs, like I said, normally they're $30, one for $20, two for $30, or three for $40. And if you have any questions about that, we can just discuss that after the presentation. So here's the thing. All this is fine and dandy, and now we know what to do. We've got our goal, right? We've reverse engineered it. We've got our game plan. We know we need to monitor it. And for people that are really already focused, that's easy. For the rest of us, not so much, because life gets in the way, right? We've still got those kind of self-sabotaging beliefs that we've already identified, but we haven't gotten rid of. And it doesn't matter. It's like New Year's Eve, right? Yeah. Tomorrow's January the 1st. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to make more money. Starting tomorrow. And then you get up. Supposed to get up at 6. It's maybe about 8:30, 9 o'clock. But it's a holiday, so I deserve that, right? And I'm going to get cracking on it, though. But I know I got family coming over. So I'll try and get a little bit of this done. But maybe after they leave, then I'll start. And then that's about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And you go, oh, yeah, I got to get to bed early because, man, I've been, just going full tilt for the last couple of holidays and, through the holiday season. I need to get some rest because I got to work tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow night after work. And then Tuesday comes. And it's like after work. It's like, yeah, but I got to run here. I got to get groceries. I got to And then it's Wednesday. Then it's Thursday. Then it's Friday. Then it's Saturday. Then it's a month. Then it's a couple of months. Then it's summer. Then it's fall. Then a whole another year has passed. And then it's January, New Year's Eve again. It's like, this is the year I'm going to do it.
I mean, how many times have you beat yourself up during that year?
Exactly. And this is why the best way to raise your game is to get a coach. Get a coach. And everybody that I know of, and I'm starting to work with some pretty high-end, high-level people, and I'm thinking, they're coaching me. And guess what? These guys don't have one coach. They've got 4 or 5 of them. They got one for wealth. They got one for health. They got one for business. They got one for accounting. They got one for this, one for that, blah, 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 right? And the farther up the levels that they get, the more coaches they get. Now, why is that? This should kind of tell you something. Is that the higher up you go, You need coaching. And the reason why that I've discovered once I got into getting coaches is that they keep you on track. They keep you on track.
Why do you need so many? Isn't one sufficient?
Well, once you're at the level of my coaches, you've got so much stuff going on that you need those other coaches to handle like all these different areas.
Right.
Yeah, specific areas of your life. But the best of the best have coaches. I mean, if you go to the Detroit Red Wings game, who's on the bench with the players? Not one coach, there's 5 of them. There's the equipment coach, there's the head coach, there's the assistant coaches, which there's 2 or 3. There's the offensive coach in football, right? There's the defensive coach in football. There's the quarterback coach, right? There's the running back coach. Like in football, I think they've got a coach for every freaking player. That's individual, at least for the position anyway. Actors, they all have coaches. That, you probably would attest to that. I mean, the best of the best, man. They're not just out there winging it, right? They've got other people that they're relying on to go, let's work on this, right?
And look at their list of thank yous at their awards.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Politicians, like all high-end politicians, all have coaches. Believe me, like in politics, you need to go out there and guess what kind of coaches politicians have? Speech coaches and sales coaches. They don't have feel good, do the right thing coaches,
No.
right? They have speech coaches and they have sales coaches, right? And business entrepreneurs, I just watched a video with Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is. He's a social media influential guy. He's a big speaker. Maybe Pat, you know who he is. But he was saying, I mean, and he's got the ear of corporations, and he really observes what's going on in the business world. And he was like, if you want to succeed from here on in, you need a coach. And you need to have somebody to bounce ideas off of, but you also need somebody to keep you focused on where you need to go. Right? And that's really what a coach does, to get you clear and focused on your goals. Shelley, who we were saying is like, well, I know what I need to do it, but what do I do, right? I'm lost, like, where do I start?
And
Being
then
a,
that vicious cycle of, do I have the money to spend to have somebody tell me what to do? And so, it becomes a catch-22, right?
sure,
And I remember you telling me, you just have to go to bed at night and say, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming.
it's coming, it's coming, yeah. A coach will keep you accountable. Once again, we all know that life gets in the way. We all know that life gets in the way. And when you've got somebody going, okay, I sent you this, this requirement, where are we at with this, right? That keeps you going, yeah, I need to make sure this is done. Because somebody else cares about my success. So I need to step up and care about it too, and get it done. And it keeps you motivated. I mean, there's nothing harder to do in the world than try and succeed on your own. Try and succeed on your own. Believe me, I did it for a lot of years, and I look back now and I go, holy crap, man, I don't even know how I got to where I got on my own. And since I got a coach, you saw the proof. Now it's like Charlie Sheen, Christy Brinkley, meeting Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg, I'm gonna be aligning myself up with probably the greatest sales trainer in the world, Damian Elston, in the next 6 months. And this guy is gold. I mean, he's absolutely just phenomenal in his work. And he shared the story too. He's like, when he started out, he was basically struggling on his own, wanted to make things happen, didn't know how to do it. It's like, I'm not getting a coach. That's a waste of money, right? Struggle, until he kept on hitting the wall so many times that it's like, if I don't get a coach, I'm gonna have to just get a regular day job and try and survive. So he took everything he had, got a coach. Now the guy's making millions of dollars a year. There's a difference. There's a difference. Investing in yourself. Here's some coaching results from some of my coaching clients. For money coaching, this is for Jason Christopher of Acclaim Productions in Pittsburgh. He said, if you're new to business, or if you've been in business for years, you'll gain valuable insight from James's perspective and business savvy. One of my assignments produced leads in days and produced thousands of dollars in new business, all within a new market that I never even considered. His business coaching is highly recommended. And he has taken what I've trained him, and now he's out there just totally rocking his business. When he met me, he was like you were saying, I don't know what to do. I know I want to do it, I just don't know what to do. Where do I start? What do I do? Give me an idea. And I gave him an idea, and within days he was producing leads. Within months he was making thousands of dollars on just one idea. One idea. For stop smoking coaching clients, Carol Garcia from Michigan. I had a pack a day smoking habit for the last 30 years. I ended up with cancer, twice. I knew I had to quit smoking, although I was doubtful that using MindPower programs would work for me. After my first session, I only smoked 3 half cigarettes in a week. And after my second session, I had only taken a couple drags off a cigarette, and now I feel like I'm done with smoking for good. Weight loss. I started my coaching program with James in early July. The change in my dieting has been remarkable, meaning her choices of food. Previously, when I dieted, I thought of nothing else but food and what I couldn't eat, what I was denying myself of, and it was all consuming. This program changed the way of thinking, and I now eat to live, not live to eat. I'm not snacking unless I'm hungry, and I'm not thinking about food. I'm not munching simply because it's in front of me. Also, parties are not a problem, which when I was coaching her, she's like, I'm good until I go out with my girlfriends, right? And then it's like chips and salsa and margaritas and blah, 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 chocolate, da, da, da.
So would you say that the root of all of this, what I'm getting to, it boils down to, a lot of it boils down to our ego, right? Because we feel like we are denying ourselves something, or we're not deserving, or we are deserving.
Self-worth, yes, yes.
Yeah, so like
I-
it's kind of
I-
that battle of the ego and the. and
Yeah, I don't know if I really frame it or describe it as ego, but self-worth, yes, definitely, definitely.
You're talking Freud, ego and superego.
Right.
Id.
Well, the big thing about Michelle, after working with me, I'm down 54 pounds to date.
Wow.
54 pounds. And she's actually, when I got all my just testimonials here and put them in together for these slides, I totally forgot about another client I work with who has already lost 65 pounds with my weight loss program.
That's great.
And the funny thing is, with those two clients, and the reason why I bring those two up the most, because they've been the most successful to date, is that why they thought they couldn't lose weight had nothing to do with why they weren't losing weight. Here's what got stuck in Michelle's head. I worked with her, and we kept on finding these self-sabotaging beliefs, letting them go, coming up, letting them go. She was doing good, and then all of a sudden she hit a plateau. And she started gaining weight a little bit back, and she's like, I gotta figure out what's going on. I said, well, definitely I wanna figure out what's going on, right? Because I know what's in there and we can help you release it. So once I got working with her, we realized, and once again, this is getting back to what I shared with you guys earlier, it's all about belief. We took her back to a time when she was about 7 years old. And she was at a family function, family reunion, whatever it was. And she went and reached for a piece of pie. And her uncle came up and said, don't eat that pie. You've got the fat gene, you're going to get fat. Her uncle said it as a joke. He thought he was being funny. She was 7 years old. Remember, as I shared with you guys earlier, not quite in the conscious state yet to go, is he joking or is he serious? That thought went straight into her subconscious and stuck there. That got stuck there. And when she realized that that thought had been in her head for like 40 plus years, she was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And at that point, she had lost maybe 10 or 15 pounds during our process. But once we released that thought, that belief that she didn't even know she still had, 45 pounds.
So how did you find out? Is that like through hypnotist? How does the coaching?
Yeah, I use, in my coaching, I use a number of different techniques to get to the root of people's issues and people's beliefs.
Okay.
And the real, if I can kind of give you the Cliff Notes version of the work that I do, is that it's resolving, well, first of all, finding out what beliefs you're still hanging on to. And the beliefs that you're hanging on to, you might think consciously what they are, but I've never worked with anybody and found that that belief that they came in with and they thought that was the problem was the problem. It's always been something different. Always been something
So
different.
how much is the sessions and how long are they?
Sure, yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Oh, we're gonna get to
We're
that,
gonna
okay,
get to that.
getting ahead.
Yep. We still have more learning to go, believe me. We're ramping up to the big wow moment here. Let's see, what else? Actually, you must be psychic.
Yeah.
Because guess what's next? Ta-da! We should go on tour together. My coaching programs, my quit smoking program starts off at 2 sessions for $500. My weight loss session is 4 sessions. Actually, that should say 1,000. So I'm already showing it. Well, okay, I'll explain this because I goofed up on my files here a little bit. My quit smoking session is normally $500. My 4-session weight loss program is normally $9.99, and my make money 4 sessions is normally $9.99 as well. What these coaching sessions do include as well is a version of the audio program that you take home and you start listening to and working with every night. The video recordings of the sessions as well, because what I want you to do is that I want you to be able to go back in, and if you need a refresher, it's like you've already paid for the session, so why not have that session, and it's on a private YouTube channel that only you can have access to, okay? And then what I teach in my coaching sessions is actually the tools and techniques that not only will you have during the sessions to get the results that you want during the sessions and for what you came in for, but you can also use these tools and techniques to actually work on other things that may come up as you go forward in life. This is the difference between the coaching that I do than saying going to a psychotherapist or a psychologist or something like that. They want to keep you on the couch for as long as they can, right? Because that's the repetition of business. The longer they keep you on the couch just talking about your problems and never solving anything, the more they bill you for.
Yeah.
The way my philosophy is that I want to take you, find out what's going on, release the crap that's going on, and then go, okay, go out there and start living. And then if you've got anything else that comes up, new challenges, because life is always going to be challenging. There's just no getting out of that, right? So as new challenges come in and you want to start, kind of redoing that, let's work together and solve these new issues that come up, then we just work together again. Other than that, it's like, here's the tools, here's the techniques, go do it. Let's just check in with each other, once a month.
Is it one-on-one, they come to you?
Yes. Yeah.
And how long is each session?
Normally, the first one is usually starting at least an hour and a half, just because there's more intake, and then following that, then it's usually about 45 minutes to an hour. The cool thing is that when I'm doing the coaching sessions as well, is that you don't even have to leave your house. I'm doing more and more sessions just right online over Skype. And I find that it's even more effective, because the person that I'm working with is actually more comfortable because you are in your house, right? it's a safe place for you because you're going to be really doing a lot of self-investigation work, right? And it's very, very personal to you, right? So I want you to be in a very personal, safe space so you can start releasing all the stuff that you need to release. Does that make sense to you guys?
But it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be, no. I mean, if you want to come, I work out of my home. Some people are comfortable with that, some people not so much, and I understand that too. So what I've done is that I've offered both ways. I mean, you've been a coaching client of mine. You've come to my house,
Yeah.
right? Right?
He got me so good that I have people who's threatened by me with competition. This monster.
Well, yeah, but I mean, from where you started, you had no idea
I
what to do.
know. I went through so
came
much
in-
challenges, and
I know.
he helped me overcome a lot of the challenges that was created in my mind, created in the exterior world, and we just learned how to resolve it, overcome it, and surpass competitions and help me become more successful.
Well, within 3 weeks at the one company that you were working
Yeah.
with, weren't you being offered management
Yeah.
positions?
Yeah.
You started off as a salesman, not even knowing how to make a sale.
Yep, and then I got offered a sales position and got invited to attend conventions
Yeah, and conferences
in
and all.
conferences
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
like the transition from where she started to where, she got to in the point of the coaching that we're in was just totally transformational.
Yeah,
Totally
I
transformational.
could talk to people. I didn't know how to communicate effectively. He helped me with trigger sales words, effective communication skills.
Mhm. Yeah.
Question?
So just as far as, just so I can clarify this pricing here, these quit smoking sessions is regular 500, but what I'm doing today is that everything is 50% off, and the weight loss and the make money sessions are already 50% off, so that quit smoking should say 250 or 249, whatever. And
How come it's
weight-
only 2 sessions?
basically, I found within 2 sessions, you're good to go. You're good to go.
Okay.
Where are we at here? So, here's something that Shelley touched on.
So the weight loss and the money make is already cut at 50%?
Yeah, those
Okay.
those are already 50% off. It's just that quit smoking session should say 249. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Up until this point, has everybody got a lot of great information?
Oh, absolutely.
Has everybody really understood what it takes to lose weight, stop smoking, and make more money? Okay.
But how many of us are gonna go do it with our
Well,
by
here's
ourselves?
the thing. Here's the thing. Because I have not dealt with anybody yet, whether they've coached with me or coached with anybody else like me or not. It all comes down to 2 things. Time and money. Time and money. If there's anything that we talked about before and earlier, it's about beliefs. All the other beliefs that we have, after we filter them all down and follow them all down, it all gets down to these 2. I don't have the time, and I don't have the money.
Or you always have one and not the other?
Well, yeah, sometimes. But with both of those, and I don't know who brought it up earlier, but we really bullshit ourselves about this. Totally bullshit ourselves about this. And here's why. We all have the same amount of time. There's not one person on this planet that has more than 24 hours in a day. The homeless person has 24 hours in a day. The richest person on the planet only has 24 hours in a day. We all have time. It's what we do with the time that results in our results and our destiny. And the funny thing is that we can convince ourselves that we don't have time. But if you just took a day tracker or just a pen and a piece of paper and took one day to mark out everything that you do during the day, you will find hours of time that you simply waste. Hours of time. Who's on Facebook? Everybody's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Y'all put your hands up,
Yeah.
because that's how you found out about this, right? And thank you for being on Facebook and wasting a little bit of time to find out about this. But, that being said, how much time do you really waste on Facebook?
You just
Everybody
shut-
wastes
you
tons
shut
of time on
down,
it.
right? It's,
Yeah.
it's kind of like an escape.
Yeah,
Going to a little escape room when you try.
Yep.
Yeah.
and if it's not Facebook, it might be Twitter, it might be Instagram, it might be Pinterest, you know? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Candy Crush.
Or it's simply on your phone, right? Candy Crush, all those stupid
Yes.
little games,
Yeah.
right? And here's something that really pisses me off. I've been such an anti-cell phone guy forever. And I'm like, I can't do it, I don't like them. And finally, with my business, I had to get one, right? A better one, because I was the Star Trek guy. I should have brought it
I
in.
know.
I still have it.
Yeah, I know.
I showed Mud
I
this.
know.
I still have my little flip phone from about 8-9 years ago. It's the coolest thing ever. It's like if you're a Star Trek fan, it's like, it looks like that Beam Me Up Scotty device, right? From the old Star Trek shows. And it was so cool, and this is why I like that cell phone, because it didn't waste any of my time. If I had to make a phone call, I just go, I gotta make a phone call, hello, right? I got a new cell phone, because I had to get a new cell phone, I gotta be online, I gotta check my emails, and blah, 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 blah. I get my new cell phone, I open it up, it's a frickin' advertisement. I don't wanna see that, so now I gotta flip, right? And then it's got this other crap that goes, well, you need to clean out your phone. Okay, I need to make it work, so I hit clean, it goes, and then shows me an advertisement. And now I gotta shut that off too. So I've already wasted about 2 or 3 minutes trying to make a stupid phone call. Or with my flip phone, I would have been done the conversation by now. Now what else happens with your phone? Well, you open it up and now you see the screen and you see Google Chrome. Wonder who's on Facebook, right? Next thing you know, you were supposed to make a phone call to call a client or make an appointment to, get a weight loss coach or whatever. And now you find like you've just wasted a half an hour on Facebook, because as soon as you get on Facebook, it sucks you right in, right? There's this and there's that and all these shiny objects and, ooh, what's this person doing? And look at this ad, da 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 da, right? They totally purposely designed that site to distract you from doing anything else but being on Facebook. And it's the same thing with every other site on there. It's the same thing with Pinterest, with all the Facebook games and all that sort of stuff. They are purposely designed to suck you in and keep you there. And I just maybe about a month and a half ago, got an interview or listened to an interview from a game designer that he was revealing that these game companies, believe me, you got a little power of the mind lesson here today. These guys are so far beyond that. They study every essence of human behavior to keep you stuck playing stupid Candy Crush for hours. Right?
Yeah. Facebook too?
Oh, well, yeah, Facebook's all designed to keep you there. It's all designed to keep you there, right?
That's why it's
So-
so dangerous for kids to get on that.
Well, the big thing is, the point I'm trying to make is that we all get sucked into it. And if we only have 24 hours a day and we want to lose weight, we want to stop smoking, we want to make more money, and especially if we want to make more money, we go, yeah, but I don't have the time, right? And then you realize that, yeah, you do. You're just not utilizing that time in the right way.
There's so much less energy that goes into just picking up your phone and doing this than to actually getting off your ass and going and doing something.
Well, there's less energy, but it's more addictive.
Yeah.
It's more addictive. And they've designed it to be
No, I
addictive.
realize that, but I'm just
Exactly.
saying, yeah.
So once,
Like, I'm tired.
what
I
I'm
have to
saying
sit
is
here
that,
and do
what I'm
this.
saying is that the excuse of I don't have time is bullshit. Everybody has time. Everybody has time. Now the other one is I don't have the money. I don't have the money. How many many of you guys go to Tim Hortons? Put your hands up. I know you all do.
Used to do this with my
Starbucks?
customers.
No,
Walmart?
Know your burn rate.
Here's the thing. We all have the money too. We all have the money too. We just convince ourselves that we don't. And then once again, if you took a tracker and you started marking down all the things you spent little money on, because everybody goes, oh, well, yeah, it's like that big thing, you know, I can't afford that because, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's $400. But then you realize, yeah, well, that $13 a day,
So
Yeah.
our burn rate gets us every time. 'cause
Thir-
it's money
$13 a
we
day.
burn.
Yeah,
is $400, right?
yeah, that's right.
You want to make $100 a month? Just add up like every day that you go for a coffee.
No.
See? And you
That's
convince yourself,
200 a month.
you convince
That's
you,
way more than 400.
Me
well,
too.
sure, okay, yeah, sure. But that's the whole thing. Everybody goes, well, I don't have the money,
Yeah.
right? Like a coaching program, stop smoking, it's $250. Oh, I can't afford that. Can't afford that.
But you can
But you can
afford
afford
the
the smokes,
cigarettes.
yeah.
But journeys come to the casino, and for 2 tickets and drinks and parking and dinner, it's like you just blew $250 and you didn't even think about it. You didn't even think about it. Weight loss, same thing. It's $499. Well, I can't afford that. But meanwhile, then you add up all the times you went to fast food joints over a month or 2 months. You already spent it. And worst thing is, it made you heavier, right?
How often are your sessions?
We'll get into that in a moment. That's the big thing is though, does everybody understand? We all have time. We all have money. We all do. We all do. And if you want it bad enough, you'll do it. You'll make the time, you'll find the money. You'll make the time, you'll find the money. Now the cool thing is that once you make the time and you find the money, you get the results. It's easy. It's easy. It's just, all you have to do is stop bullshitting yourself. Just stop bullshitting yourself. And then whatever you want is yours.
These are all the things you don't.
And that's what creates results. The amount of success will equal the amount of your excuses, which is time and money, or your actions, which is I will make time and I will find the money.
If you get two subjects, you're not gonna incorporate them both into one, right? If they're separate, right? The 4 weight loss, along with the 2 smoking,
Sure.
Right.
Are you talking about coaching or the audio programs?
coaching.
Coaching. What I have found, and Mun, you may attest to this, is that when we're dealing with one thing, other things start resolving themselves all on their own. That's what's really cool. That's what's really cool. Just like I was, that one testimonial that I showed you before, where the lady started coming in for the weight loss, and her relationships improved.
So how do you know which one to pick then? If you're
Whatever's
interested in
most
learning
important to you.
More.
Whatever's most important to you, whatever you want to work on first. Whatever you want to work on first. I mean, let's face it. If you say you want to lose weight, right? We get you all of a sudden focused on not hitting the drive-through anymore, right? Not only will you not hit the drive-through, but it probably won't be in your car because you're not going to the drive-through. And if you smoke, you're probably not going to be smoking because you relate smoking to being in the car. Okay? So you're working on losing weight, but now all of a sudden you're smoking less. You'll start realizing that everything goes hand in hand. Everything is connected to everything else. Everything is connected to everything else. And the actions that we take will move us towards what we want. That's just a cycle of life. You step out and you take action, stuff just starts happening. It does. It does. I mean, what I invested in, I told Pat that and shared with you guys that I would reveal the strategies behind me being on stage with Christy Brinkley and Charlie Sheen and you know, meeting Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg and all these guys, and plus investing in a coach like J.T. Fox, who is not cheap, by the way. This guy doesn't do it for $499, believe me. Since I took action, and I went into it going, if anything's possible, everything is possible. My whole world has shifted. My whole world has shifted. From that point, once I invested in these guys and got their coaching, they put me on a brand new path that all the success that I've achieved already is going to be minuscule to what I'm going to accomplish. And just as Pat was saying, going to that, you know, his auditions and stuff like that, when I first met JT and learned about his coaching and heard the opportunities to raise my game, I was like, holy crap, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. What the hell am I doing? And I thought, you know what though? I'm here for a reason. Because if I wasn't here, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care about what I want to accomplish, and I definitely wouldn't care about me. I wouldn't care about me, because it wouldn't matter. The only reason I was in that room, speaking with him, hearing him share what the opportunities that he had to offer me as a coach, I was like, I committed this far. What if? Anything is possible, and everything is possible. And I made the decision to go and jump in and take action. And once I did, you've already seen the results. All of a sudden it's like, you're going to be on stage with Christy Brinkley, and you're going to be on stage with Charlie Sheen. And oh, by the way, I'm going to introduce you to Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg. And I didn't have the pictures. Steve Wozniak from Apple. Gene Simmons. Bethany Frankel from whatever, yeah, whatever.
Housewives.
Yeah, George Ross, who was Donald Trump's right-hand man for 25 years, as Donald Trump's coach. Introduced me to him.
Have you ever met Jack Canfield?
No, yeah, doesn't matter. But the whole thing is that once you start taking advantage and taking actions, stuff just starts happening. Because new opportunities will show up that you can take advantage of as well. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, actions will move you toward what you want. The excuses of, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, will keep you stuck where you are. And when you're stuck where you are, not only does that stay the same, it just gets worse. It gets worse. Because if you keep repeating the same actions and living on the same excuses that have led you to this point, where now you've decided it's like, hey, maybe, you know, this whole figuring out how to lose weight, stop smoking, and make money thing, maybe sounds like a good idea, maybe I should check it out. There's a reason why you're here today. Because you want that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's the secret sauce to success. Decide to take action. Taking action gets you where you want to go. Takes you from where you are now to where you want to be. Make time and do whatever it takes. Pat, you're a testament to this. When you had the vision of, you know what, I am going to be on a magazine. I am going to be holding up my fat pants and going, see, I can do it. And you did it. You took action. You did whatever it takes to make that happen. And invest in yourself. You guys have already invested in yourselves. You invested a couple hours of your day to come here and discover some new opportunities that can get you where you want to go. And the investment, that investment was time. But it was also money too. Because your time is money. That 24 hours a day, we're not getting back. these last 2 hours that we just invested in here, there's not gonna be any more of it. It was, you know, every hour that passes, we're not getting back. So that's money, that's value. That's value, right? So investing your time and investing in yourself gets you to where you wanna go. And you can either invest your time into wasting more of it, and invest your money into buying more coffees and macchiato, rappi, fluffy, at Starbucks.
Frappuccino.
Yeah. Mocha chocolate, whatever that is. You can invest in stuff that's not getting where you wanna go, in time and money, or you can invest in where you wanna go. Because either way, you're gonna be investing your time and your money. It's just your choice on which way you wanna do it. One will get you where you wanna go, one will keep you stuck and make things worse. There's no sitting on the fence. There's no thinking, well, you know, if I think about it, that'll work. How many times has that worked? That never works. That never works. So like I said, if anybody is interested, if you're truly ready to take your A game to the next level, I have these programs available. And we can have a discussion about that, and if you want to just check those out, that's fine. Also with the coaching, that's available as well.
Take a credit card?
You know, I wish I did.
It's easy, you can increase your income.
Oh, but,
Getting a score.
no, but, you know what? You have a point. I wonder if I've got Wi-Fi over here.
I can drop it at your house too, Jimmy. It's not a big deal.
But now you have the cell phone, all you need is a square, you can do it all on your phone.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yes, you know what, I
Few people
just
have it already.
discovered that whole square thing. Let me see. Oh, yes, I can. Ah, look at this. I can, yes, I can take a credit card. I can take a credit card. Yeah, we're good.
Sadie, can you play it in your car, or does it require you to?
You're not playing these in your car while you're driving, believe me. Yeah.
You're supposed to be doing those while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Yes.
One
And
of them.
that's the whole thing. You can listen to these audio programs, definitely you wanna do this while you sleep because you're in the subconscious state, which you're wide open to suggestion. Or you just, you know, take a little, these programs are only about 12 to 15 minutes. It doesn't take anything longer than that to have a suggestion, you know, reprogram that thought process in your mind. So my clients, they either, number one, they use them when they go to sleep at night or during the day, just as like a meditative type of thing. You just take 15 minutes to yourself, just do the program, out you come and away you go. You know, so they're very, very simple to do. Like I said, with the CDs, I mean, sadly in this day and age, this is almost old technology anymore, but a lot of CD, like laptops and stuff like that, they still have the disk drive, so you can put those CDs in and then transfer that audio onto an into an MP3 file, download it to your phone, or to an MP3 player, which I highly suggest more than a phone. What I've discovered now, once again, technology, I mean, it's changing all the time. They're coming out with new phones now that don't even have a headphone jack, which to me makes no sense, but that's just the way they're building them now. The other thing that I found that with my clients that have downloaded them to their phones, well, guess what? We're all addicted to our phones. So you're listening, but at the same time you're thinking, oh, maybe I should check Facebook, right? So if you have a specific MP3 player, then basically that's all it's gonna do.
So how much is it to go in and download other programs off your website onto that MP3 player?
Yeah, let me go to here. Okay, so this is my website that has a lot of my programs on here. As you can see, this little pop-up's gonna come up, the Manifest Success Method, which I suggest that you all go to mindpowerprograms.com and download. It's a great little meditation guide that I get a lot of great feedback from. This top menu up here, I'm assuming that you guys can see this, right? So if you hit Programs, and then on here, and there's all different digital programs too. So once you get the MP3 player, you can use that USB cable and just plug it right into your laptop, and then go in and grab one of these programs and just download it to your computer, drag it right over to the MP3 player, and boom, it's already on here. This is, if I remember correctly, I believe this is 32 gigs, I think. It's a lot of space anyway. It's more than enough. MP3 files are very, very small, so you can put just a whack load of programs on there. As far as the coaching, like I said, I do coaching either in my house or right online, so you don't even have to leave your house. Those sessions, like I said, the very first session is about an hour and a half, so we really get into the meat of what we want to accomplish, and then from those sessions after that, you know, usually 45 minutes to an hour. Manuel attests to sometimes though, I mean, I'm not a clock watcher, so basically I'm not like, well, your 45 minutes are up, okay, we'll see you next week. If we're working on something and we haven't really got what we need to accomplish done that day, we'll just keep going until we do. I mean, we've had sessions that went almost 2 hours,
Yeah.
right? So, that's just the way I work, because I'm not, you know, I'm not just going, okay, well, here's another client, this kind of fills my calendar. My success is built on your results. So if you don't get results, then I'm not gonna be able to help other people, because it's like, well, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, right? So I want you guys to be able to go out there and go, holy crap, this is what I wanted to work on, this is what my results have been, right? Because that's the way we're all gonna get successful. You're gonna walk away from it, it's gonna be a win-win, right? You're gonna walk away with it, being successful in what you want to accomplish. I'm gonna go, there's another client that just got a successful result. And my win's gonna be your testimonial on my website. And speaking of which, some of the testimonials I showed you, or I shared with you today, there's a lot more. This lady right here, she attended one of my MindPower dream creation workshops. After she was separated, she needed a place to stay of her own. Within 3 days, she found the house that she was picturing, because I led them through a whole goal manifestation session. Within 3 days of the workshop, she found the house that she manifested exactly how she pictured it, and it was available on exactly the day that she needed it. She needed to move out at like the end of the month, which was the 30th. She needed to have a new place to move into on the 1st. And the house that she pictured in her mind, that I led her through the whole visualization process, closed on the 1st. Not only that, yeah, it was available on the day she needed it. Now, what she didn't write in her testimonial, it was exactly what she could afford to pay for it too, which was cool. I was just like, wow, this is the stuff that gets me really excited. When my clients, when you guys go out there and go, holy crap, this is what happened. I mean, how many times have you phoned me up? It's like, you'll never believe it. And I go, yes, I will, but tell me anyway, right? Where's another one? Oh, this lady right here, she had a very unhealthy sugar addiction. I don't even know how she was alive at this point. 6 spoons of sugar in 1 cup of coffee and drink 2 pots a day. That's nuts. That's like I'm turning like drinking battery acid. she started drinking, like after I worked with her, she started drinking coffee black and replaced sweet snacks with healthy fruits and vegetables. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I gotta go.
yeah.
That's a lot of coffee.
Who else there? Got some testimonials from these guys here. Anthony Gailey, who's like a top corporate speaker. James Mapes, who's a top motivational speaker. He's also acted in a bunch of Star Wars movies because there's, once again, Pat, I was telling you, it's like a lot of our success is who you know and who you align yourself up with for success. His son-in-law is one of the producers or directors on Star Wars, so it's like, hey, you want a part, right? So it's good to know people and align yourself with people that can make things happen for you. There's mine right there. There you are.
Can we replace a better picture of me?
You just send me one, I'll replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. So, does anybody have any questions?
What if you're unsure of which one to go for the life coaching? You go in there with one thing and it's totally not what's gonna happen. Is that okay too?
That's great. That's great. I'll share a little story with you real quick. I had a coaching client come in and she goes, I said, well, what do you want to work on? She says, I can't remember anything. I've got like short-term memory loss, right? And I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, you know, I go out with my friends, we'd watch a movie, then 2 days later we're discussing the movie and I can't remember anything about it, right? And I said, okay. So the first part of the session, for the first 10 minutes, we did some work and resolved that whole issue. And I'm going, okay, well, you know, usually the first session is about an hour and a half. We've just filled up 10 minutes. I said, so now that we got that out of the way, what do you really want to work on? And then that just opened up the whole floodgate. It was totally, she thought, she was like, oh my God, if I just solve this little short-term memory thing, all my problems are solved, right? Well, as soon as we got that out of the way, well, then the floodgates just opened up. And then we worked quite a while on the real stuff that really made a whole transformation in her life. And the funny thing is, once again, just like every client I've ever worked with, whatever people come in to see me for, it doesn't matter if it's weight loss, stop smoking, or making more money. There's bigger stuff going on underneath that once you resolve it, the whole world becomes just, like I said, if anything's possible, everything's possible.
So basically, you're just looking at the time and the what happens in the time will take care of itself.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You're buying the block of time, the sessions.
No.
No?
You're
Because
buying
other
you-
things will come.
No,
like
you're
what's meant to be
you're
worked on.
investing in results.
Okay.
You're investing in results. I don't charge by the hour.
No.
No,
that's
but
not what
she's
I
saying
meant.
you're gonna go in going,
Yeah.
okay,
Mm.
I need a session for stop smoking,
Oh,
but it's not
well,
smoking
yes.
at all, that's
Yeah, so
it.
And
you're
that-
making
End up
the
being
investment for
something
the
else.
improvement, but
Yes.
the root cause of why you're going in there will reveal itself.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, yes,
yeah,
yes. And there hasn't been one person yet that I've worked on that,
it hasn't, right?
exactly. It's always been the same thing. I just worked with another, I haven't got her testimonial up on the website yet. Stop smoking client from Michigan over Skype, and it was the weirdest thing that she didn't even realize, but her need to smoke, like she thought, oh, cigarettes are addictive, you know, that's why I can't quit. Well, the reason why she couldn't quit is because she related cigarettes to being included with the 3 other people that she loved the most who all smoked. And once she realized that those people would still love her even if she was a non-smoker, she never smoked again.
Wow, that's crazy, eh?
And she didn't even realize that. Because I took her back to an incident that she was a non-smoker. She was sitting at the kitchen table with the 3 people that she loved her most, her husband and her 2 best friends, who was a couple, right, and wife. And the husband of the couple, right, that were best friends, had this traumatic thing happen in his life. And so we're all sitting around the kitchen table, drinking a couple beers, smoking like chimneys, right? And they're all feeling this intense emotional, just, oh my God, what are we gonna do, blah, 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 blah. And she was there too, but she didn't even feel included with it. Because she wasn't drinking, and she wasn't smoking, but the other 3 people were. And you know what happened? She didn't even remember doing this. She goes, give me a cigarette. And you go, you don't even smoke, just give me a cigarette. I said, okay. Well, they had too much on their mind to go, don't smoke, right? So they gave her a cigarette. She smoked a pack a day for 8 years.
Oh, that's
And
that
she
girl
didn't-
on there,
She,
yeah.
she didn't even remember why she started. She just said, one day I just picked up a cigarette and started smoking. I said, well, we'll figure that one out. And we did. And when she realized that she kept on smoking because she felt more included with the other 3 people that she loved, right? And then realized that those people are gonna love her just the same if she doesn't smoke again, she just stopped smoking. And that's the cool thing about the work that I do and the thing that I help my clients with, is that once that switch flips, everything changes. Everything changes. Everything changes. Yes.
I'm sorry, I have to take my mom to the clinic.
When we down,
Yeah.
when we make the purchase online,
The-
you scan it right away.
Now this is for the coaching? Coaching?
Download the management free.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
You make the purchase and downloadable right away, or is it,
Thank you.
Probably get an email back with a link or something, right? Yeah. Come back and give me some readings. She loves it when I give her readings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but why she want those ones?
what's that?
Why she want those kids?
It's just something different and new.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, she just doing this, I think.
Are you driving?
And then mom got me arrested for that.
Oh.
They're both
no,
same.
I think it makes sense because when you stop smoking,
Oh, I love that.
it increases your health
That's cool.
Just a bigger one.
and it increases your money vitality, yep, your money.
Oh.
I
If
got
there's
a piece in there, so
the
Yeah.
one.
after effect of it.
And anything that you actually do for yourself,
6 months.
that sets something in motion, increases your self-worth as well.
You just
Don't
draw.
know.
What's wrong with the beat?
Yeah, all
It's
the
like that
stuff
small change that
Yeah.
has a big impact.
Oh, you're like a Ricky. Yeah, that's cool.
So
Yeah, it's not letting me just
each one of them.
send.
Okay.
Say both of them.
Okay,
No, you don't want, I'm
Was
I'm not
this
gonna
okay?
run off on you. You were here for a reason,
okay.
but,
Oh,
I mean, it's up to you, honey.
Yeah, I was thinking that,
Yeah, you have
I was
to,
supposed to
yeah, I haven't seen anything like that.
You want this
With
one?
the chat,
have
right?
an account,
Yeah.
how should we do that?
That's why I took it because, well, that's not the only reason, but
Yeah, it caught your eye, it was something that, you were track my two.
Would you mind making an account real quick?
And that's a good thing, right? Like,
I just want to like,
our tarot cards and
Yeah.
stuff, it's whatever you're drawn to,
Yeah.
right? That's,
going into
And
it.
honestly,
gonna work for you.
that was,
What about just an
that's what-
email,
It's
tran-
like that
money
crowd.
transfer to
Yeah,
them
would that,
without
is
doing
that
it
possible?
PayPal?
Found the
Is
other
that
keys
easy?
and have
I
the
can
bag with
send
it.
you,
Yeah.
I can send you an
We were
invoice,
finding my
basically,
passport,
Yeah.
and then you can just pay it, like,
You lost your
email.
passport?
Wow.
Well,
so-
first thing
yeah.
Like I could, for example, I could just go on my email
Don't worry,
and like,
I didn't
I'm-
mix with.
Yeah, I just gotta take my mom to the clinic.
Before she said that though.
Or did you want me to just now? I'm not sure what you're asking.
Yeah,
I
I
said,
thought,
is
I
it
thought I'd
even
be able to
in
go to
your
PayPal and just be able to send a payment, but,
That's what she told me.
it wants you to make an
He goes to
account.
my house.
Well, then just send it to me to my house.
Yeah.
All my bills and everything, right? And I gave it to my.
Do I have your email?
When I got life insurance.
RV writes some time for this.
Oh, right, yeah.
Papers, my
Yeah,
life
I got
is-
an
Yeah.
email from you the other day.
Yeah, okay.
Send it to me and
Okay.
no problem.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you
Good
for
luck to
coming.
you and we will see you
Thank you.
soon, soon.
I
I'm
need
excited.
my passport. You have my birth certificate.
Good luck, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Thanks for coming, Vicki.
Good luck to you, man. You go break a leg.
You have it. Before the town said you have it, I have it, and I must have it.
Yes.
I said, it's with my police clearance. He goes, I have your police clearance in my hand right now.
Well, even better.
Is gas tax on that too?
No,
Insurance
the
around?
cash,
It's gonna cost me.
it's tax
There's my
included.
birth certificate Right on the other side of it. I'm coming to get it right now. And then yesterday,
And this is the weight loss program is right on there. There's a little instruction
his pendulum.
Oh, the picture.
packet in there. What I'd like to do though is get your mark down.
Yeah, no,
You
I
got
just,
it for me.
yeah, just cause I talked to him,
Yeah.
and when he confirmed, yeah,
Just give me your
Bob has
your
it.
full name,
I'm like,
and
Bob,
phone number.
you have it.
Just gonna mark
I
that
think
off.
I need to start my head over from scratch. Your what?
Right.
Why?
Only.
Mikey said you were having problems, I didn't hear from her.
I sent you a message, I sent you a picture.
No,
I did.
okay, we need to go get a phone today. Because somebody else said that, and I'm like,
Great.
Sean, well, just sent you all these text messages and the price for this, and I'm like, I never got it.
Yeah.
No, I never got it.
Yeah.
You did it on
This is
Facebook?
my card too.
Yeah, because you said,
'Cause I want you to have my information.
yeah, I explained
Well, you
So
got-
did you think I was rude because I never responded?
Yeah, it doesn't.
No, I just thought, maybe she's busy, or
No.
Does it
maybe-
show that I even looked at it?
These cards
I
here.
don't know. Usually that'll show your little,
So this has
Yeah.
my contact information on the back.
yeah.
Okay, and the website information too. So what I'd like you to do too is that
It'll be a
once you get
check
into it,
That I received
just
it.
give me a call
It'll
at the
show
end
my
of the day.
face if I read it.
And
Yeah.
just so we can go over and
I'll
just
have
make
to
sure
look.
that
Yeah,
we're listening to it properly. and
Yeah,
just
Because I would like to know, because I
Thank
did
you very
not
much.
see
Thanks for coming, Mary. I
anything
appreciate
from
it.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I didn't think you were rude, I just thought, oh, maybe she doesn't know what I'm talking about, or.
Okay, so what happened? Why do you have to redo it?
Mun, come here, give me a hug, girl. How are you?
I'm busy, I'm
Good.
I'm starting,
Good.
you know,
You flip it over,
rural
it's
financials,
Yeah.
and
I
I,
couldn't get it over.
Because you went the wrong way.
Time so I can get
What?
some money and do the commission.
We started going this way,
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm
put it
gonna,
down,
I'm
and
gonna be
started
picking
rolling
your
this
brain
way.
about,
That's why you
all the
can't play.
people in the
So
financial
just
world.
undo that
Uh-huh.
last row.
Because remember we were talking about like when
I
setting
did
up
it,
the
but those
workshops,
three,
for
three
people
that I
that are getting
can't
into
even
to
pull
the
off.
financial planning
They're so
and building
neat.
their businesses that way.
You went the wrong way.
So I'd like to.
When you start one way, you have to be consistent.
or.
Yeah,
like,
doing the
go
the
workshop,
wrong way,
no,
or
not
yeah,
be able
doing the
to-
workshops for them as well, just around mindset, because that's so
How many
key.
rows did you do?
And I know
that
that
you
you
had
know
to
a lot of
read?
people in
Undo.
that world, so.
I
so we're-
Maybe, I
Did you get
can
very
talk
far?
to the
One,
senior
but,
marketing director and see if
Then just take the whole thing
they can
apart
bring
and
you
start
in
over.
and
Yes,
maybe you can.
Because we only did two rows,
I-
and if you
I
only did
just
one,
started
you just
with them.
started it.
okay.
But we can.
Well, here's what I'm thinking first.
Cut it, just,
I think it would be a
Don't
little bit
stress yourself.
easier just to
Cut the
say,
yarn.
yeah, I thought I just
And start
started.
like
Yeah.
invite
Cause you have
financial
four
planners
goals
and
at
that
the
sort of
same
thing,
Mm.
and bring them
Right?
off-site,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
not
Don't stress what
Oh,
it is.
okay.
in the business.
Okay.
It's like, here's something they can do on their own,
Uh-huh.
right? And then, I think what will happen is, once they start seeing results, then the managers are gonna go, okay, what's going on here, why are our numbers up? So it's like, okay, well, this is the guy we need to bring in and talk to everybody. I think that would be a better way to do it.
Message me on Facebook.
Have you ever tried marketing to like specific, like sunlight, and seeing if they,
Well, not yet, because I'm just formulating all that, and
Okay.
yeah, just finding out how to strategize that, and get the message out.
okay,
So,
let me know, let me know.
yeah, definitely, I'm gonna be taking your break
I'll
next
make
week.
time.
Okay,
Yeah. I'll get the increase your
I
income
would.
and
I
get started.
okay.
Yes, I'm excited. Things are happening,
Good,
taking action.
good. Well, as you, once again learned here, it's all about taking action.
Yeah, yes, and keep you up to date on my success.
Better.
I am, I'm gonna be successful.
Oh, you are. You're out there rocking it, so.
I am, and
It's
I,
just-
you know, I see the people that are that's within the company, and I'm like, okay, you know, I can tell.
Have a good day, guys.
I walk in and,
Hey,
Nice meeting you, Jimmy.
Frank, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Edith, thank you very much. Did you guys grab a card?
I have a card,
Did you get a card?
and we
May
will
1st.
definitely be in touch.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, fantastic.
Thank you. Is that what you said?
yeah, you helped me become a powerhouse.
And you know what, you're just starting.
Yeah, I know,
You're just starting.
things are
Did you read the whole
happening,
thing?
Yeah.
and do I need anything else with the CD?
I had.
Do I speak with it, or?
Yep.
Whatever date
Yep,
you
you're
put
going
down
to,
there is when you're gonna
Well, here's the
start.
thing, you're gonna
I'm
need
like,
to,
oh.
like,
Oh.
unless you've got like a CD Walkman, which there might be like a secondhand store that you can buy one, you know, still. But you're just gonna play that every single night, just put the headphones in and just listen to it every single night.
Okay.
Yeah.
What have you
I
been
don't
up
have time
to?
for that.
Oh, I've,
Busy?
believe me, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
There's putting projects together, just
Ginger what?
expanding and,
Sugar.
Yeah.
yeah, things are growing like crazy. I'm going down to Atlanta in first week of March for my dream team coaching,
Dream
which is
team.
like four intense days with four or five good coaches. And really, like, when I just got back from Fort Myers, that 3-day coaching, I mean, they gave me the whole kind of outline. It's like, here's your new vision for your business. These guys are gonna go, okay, now here's the plan. We're gonna start
Oh,
planning this
yeah,
out
yeah, yeah.
strategic.
He didn't have the other ones, no, but
movements
he only had
to make it happen.
at the time.
Okay.
Tommy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Because I
exciting.
bought
Yeah,
three,
of
got
course.
one
I
free,
know, your year's coming,
and
my
I was
year's
dating Tommy
coming.
at the time.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, soon I'm gonna have my own agency.
He only had 4.
Soon.
The
I
other
know you're
ones
gonna
were
have
not
your own
out
I
yet.
know,
He
I
hadn't
am.
made them. So I got all 4.
Okay, Jimmy, just let me know when and, we'll make time.
I've got a
What is
couple of
that?
shows next week,
Sugar.
but I wanna touch base with you and just talk more about this.
Okay, because I am starting part-time too. And
Does that start next week?
yeah, either next week or the next week, depending when, because right now I'm learning their database system.
Oh, okay.
Yes, learning their database system, and then he's gonna start me off, and, because he owns a trucking company,
Right,
so I'm gonna help him do his accounting, bookkeeping, part-time, and, I get to make my own hours for the part-time, like whichever days. And then he's thinking of getting me in full-time too, once I, finish training with the financial company,
okay,
and then I will make appointments according to my off hours.
perfect,
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
okay, fantastic.
so things are like lining up.
Great, great, awesome.
Okay, just message me.
Okay, we'll talk next week.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can't do a credit card payment, so
Yeah, that's, for some reason, like, the only other way we could do it is that we just take a moment, you're gonna have to create an account on PayPal, which is no big deal. It's just so you can actually use PayPal. I don't know why it's not just paying on a credit card, it doesn't make any sense. Do you wanna do that?
yeah, it's either that or I can e-transfer you some funds.
Well, we could do that as well. And what were you interested in?
I just wanna do this one for right now.
Okay.
Just torn between the weight loss and increase your income, but I'm thinking increase your income.
Yellow?
Okay, well, if
cause you to lose
Cause I'm
weight.
thinking I could go in and download my icons onto there, right?
Yeah, what I would suggest then, grab the MP3 player, and then, yeah, then you can go online and just download the other programs that you want.
Yeah, I can load it with one, right?
It's loaded with the weight loss.
It's loaded with the weight loss, okay.
Right.
Okay. Alright, so I can do that, but do you want, what's your email, I can transfer over?
MindPower presentations.
Did you say you're going out for smoke? Smoking a birthday. That's what I thought you said.
Okay, so I can do that right now, I'll send it to
Like, we just went 3 hours without smoking.
you.
Yes. Oh, no, I can go 6.
Yeah, or 8 even.
All right, wait,
Yeah.
8,
And
8 is pushing
Is
it.
Well, we go to bed, right? We don't sleep. we don't
Yeah,
sleep.
actually, yeah, if we're not doing cash.
Do I even sleep 8 hours?
that,
I don't even know.
I think that's.
But if you think about it, right?
Yeah,
We don't smoke.
yeah.
That's crazy, eh?
I rather, I can go without a cigarette, but I cannot go without a coffee.
Yeah.
I've got a program for that too.
Come on, like your coffee, are you serious?
Sure.
No, I don't wanna give up my coffee.
Do you drink much? Not like that, like
That's
you
all I
cheap
drink.
pets.
Oh,
you
I drink
do.
more than that.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Wow.
I will get migraines and throw up if I don't have
Oh
my
my
coffee.
goodness.
Yeah.
I actually used to
It's
be
my only addiction. Well,
Pepsi and coffee, and now I have a coffee in the morning and on
56.50.
occasion a coffee at
Okay.
night.
If I don't have a coffee before I go to bed, I'll wake up with a migraine.
Ooh, wow. But if you gradually cut down, it wouldn't be like that, right?
No, I only had one today. I need another one.
Wow. I actually, I was like that with Pepsi and
Yeah.
coffee. I used to buy extra large coffees and I drank Pepsi.
Wow.
And now I only allow a coffee in the morning and then
Oh my
one
God.
in the evening, sometimes at the water.
I hate
that's-
water. See, I know I have to drink water.
No, oh, what, I mean at the river.
Oh,
Every evening,
I
a lot of
see.
times I go down to the water for just a coffee. so,
Yeah.
Yeah. And you hate water?
I do.
That's the huge thing.
It
I
is-
hated
it is
water
huge.
too.
Yeah.
So his program probably is sensible because water, I make myself drink water.
Yeah.
I take it with me. I have it. I'm a bad water drinker and now I'm a good water drinker. So I was, yeah. Hey, always water.
So I have to make an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start doing. It'll probably be this one.
She's got lots of fun with
Okay.
I have this, for years, never listened to them. Just the time
Yeah,
thing.
they tend not to work that well if you don't listen to
I
them.
know, yeah. So, how can we do this?
Okay, so you're interested in the coaching program.
Yes, absolutely.
What I would suggest, like I said, once you start with one,
Mhm.
other things start to become either resolved or they become easier to resolve.
Yeah.
Okay. I would think that like smoking is so much easier than weight loss, believe it or not, because smoking is just kind of like, okay, once you've reframed why you're smoking and the issues around smoking and the habit, then it's gone. Okay. With weight loss, that's a little bit more of a ongoing process. That's why the starter program starts at a minimum of 4 sessions. So, like I said, you will. Here's the other thing too. Like I said, that belief of, oh my God, if I stop smoking, I'm going to gain weight, right? This is going to help you totally overcome that.
Yeah, but I don't have that mindset.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying that
Yeah.
if you did.
Yeah,
So
well, we gotta start somewhere. I
Yes.
just need to come and
you
talk
get
to you.
started.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just start off with the 4-session program and go
Yeah.
from there.
Well, then, this one is cheaper.
Well, it is, but this one just deals with smoking. That's it. That's all.
Mhm.
This one you're going to get into other.
I do wanna get into other,
Yeah, exactly. This one will get into other. And
Yeah.
this is the reason why I say that is because it gets like weight issues are always a lot more deeper beliefs.
I need all of that. So
Okay.
whatever we hit on, we hit on.
Okay,
Fair enough?
sure, yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So I'm gonna make an appointment, I'm gonna come and see you, and I'm gonna have the cash for you that day. Is that okay?
That's fine,
Okay,
that's fine.
so we just need to,
Well, when would you like to start? I do,
I gotta figure out the time. Time. Or we have to coincide here.
yes, I'm doing Tuesdays and Fridays at this point.
So we're doing nights?
What
What are we talking? How
What
night?
do you do, like, do you work during the day, or what's your
Yes.
schedule? Okay, so what time?
5 or 6,
Okay,
sometimes later, depends.
okay. Now, is that Tuesdays and Fridays, or?
Fridays is
Friday?
6.
Okay. Yeah, if it's gonna be at the end of the day, then probably we'll do Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Thursdays, no,
Can't do Thursday?
no.
Okay.
I have Yasik on Thursday. Starting
okay.
at, I have my grandson on Thursdays.
Right,
So I only have him till like,
when are you available?
I'll have, she's done her classes in February. So if we're gonna start immediately, or if you wanna wait.
I'd say the sooner you start, the sooner you
Yeah.
get to the results, so. I'll work around, you, I mean, if,
So we're gonna do
do you want-
twice a week? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
starting with twice a week.
Okay.
Reason why you get momentum going that way. The only thing about the Fridays, I know, like, for instance, like next Friday, I've got a show in Michigan, so,
Mm-hmm,
that kind of gets in the way of the schedule.
okay. So we can always go the following Friday. Does my schedule look like yours?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. If we start, how about we do this? We can start on the Tuesday,
Which Tuesday?
next Tuesday.
This one?
Yeah, what is that, 22nd?
Okay,
Okay. And you're
5?
free at 5 o'clock?
I'm done work at 5,
Oh,
I'm
you're
working
done,
myself.
so say 6,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Gonna call me rude now.
That's fine, I'll tell her.
So what we could do, Lisa, is start on Tuesday, right? And then we can see what your schedule is, my schedule is, so we can at least see if we can get 2 sessions in a week. I mean, if it ends up being 1 session a week, that's still fine.
I think we should just push it. 1 more week.
Okay.
Can we push it?
Yeah, let's see what.
The 29th? Oh, it's Yassek's birthday. Is she doing anything?
Yeah, apparently I heard when I was babysitting Haley that we're doing something on the weekend.
Okay, well, nothing on the 29th on his birthday, right?
Well, that's the Monday anyway,
Yeah,
so if we're
but
going
that's his
Tuesday,
actual birthday. Okay, oh, yeah, okay.
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Yeah, I haven't put in my work schedule yet.
Okay.
Tuesday's good.
Now, does your work schedule flexible? Like, does it change, I mean?
I have 2 jobs.
Okay,
So if there's an hour in the day, I wanna be working it.
right,
So if there's extra shifts coming in,
then
I'll
you
grab
wanna
them.
grab
Yeah.
them, okay.
So, but other than that, I will be done, 5, more than likely 5, 6 at the latest on Tuesday.
Okay,
So we can do that Tuesday, and we can do the Friday, the 2nd,
should, what time?
it'll be 6. I'm done work.
Okay. That should be okay, I'm not really sure, I know I've got
You
a
don't do weekends?
well, I'm traveling,
Mm-hmm.
like, I know I'm out of town the Thursday, or the Saturday, I should say, the 3rd, the Saturday, the 10th, I'm in Calgary on the 9th.
I'll just come with you, it's not a problem.
That Tuesday, I've got a show in London. So here's what I'm thinking, let's start on the 30th, and then as we go, we'll just check each other's schedules, and
Okay.
we'll schedule it from then.
Yeah,
Does that sound good?
yeah. So we're gonna go 6 on the
On the
Tuesday?
Tuesday, yeah, the 30th.
Alicia's starting fires, that's when she called you.
Don't stress
She's
me
like,
out. That should
she's
be
like,
my
it's
favorite.
important, she's like, I'm trying to cook something and
Tell her to lower the
there's
heat.
smoke coming.
should got my payment, that little payment you just got.
Okay. Just check my email. Did you grab one of my cards, Shelley?
Mm-hmm. Yep, so I have to give it back to you so I can get this free gift.
That's fine. Oh, it's already more.
It's going into their general, looks like it's going into their web stuff. not
Yeah.
yours. That's probably why you're having problems with getting the payment.
What do you say? Because you're going to work. I don't want to be stuck in your house for hours. Or I don't know.
You'll get it when you get home, and if you're not
It
able
won't
to
take
log
me
in
that
with him.
long, but you're-
This is another thing you should do on your phone. Put the email.
Yeah, you know what, I looked into that Square thing and just one of those things that, this came up and just preparing it all, it's like, oh yeah.
Mhm. No, I'm saying if you have your email hooked up to your phone, you just go on your phone, click on your email, you have your bank app, right there, you do it all right on your phone.
Yeah, and I got here and I realized I left my cell phone at home.
Oh. well,
Like I
there
said,
you
I'm
go.
not a cell guy.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where it's almost impossible to go without it. They've made it so that everything is,
Yeah, you
has
have to be
done
attached to it, and I
electronically,
just
yeah.
don't like that.
It's hard, I know.
I just don't like that.
Okay,
Cool.
so,
Okay, write down your phone number here. I know I've got it on contact, but.
I thought your email was hooked up there, that's why when I sent it and I heard the ping, I thought, oh, they got it, okay.
Okay, great.
It's more of your kids too. My daughter's texting me, telling me about Komodo. She's
Yeah.
running the extravaganza there.
Is that a wedding weekend over
we
there?
go,
Yeah.
what are they?
She works with the other place catering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Write down people's information.
Oh. So you don't get the free gift? So then,
Yeah, I already, I sent it out to, check your email.
Michael, did you get one?
Check your email for emails about this workshop,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a link in there for a free gift, like a free download.
Okay, so we're done?
We are good to go.
Okay.
So what we'll do is, yeah, let's
You
make sure
can have
that's,
that, email me your address or,
yes, I'll email you
I
all
don't
the
do Skype,
information.
I'd rather do it in person.
Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. Well, you're gonna be great, because you're a natural somnambulist anyway, so.
Should I just do this
Ready?
one? Is this the one?
Yeah, Ready, grab that one.
Thanks, Jimmy.
You know?
I do.
Thanks for coming.
Of course.
You grabbed the card too?
Yes, I did.
Okay, fabulous. Definitely, yeah, email me, we should maybe just touch base next week, just make sure that you're using it properly, you're
Okay.
doing it. And then, yeah, we can go from there.
All right,
Sounds
sounds
good.
like a plan.
Thanks, Shelley, I appreciate you coming out.
Thanks. See you
Okay.
later.